we are back. We are back. For the Shields, Joanisse, they shouldn't call this a heavyweight title fight. Honestly, even though Vanessa Joanisse is a WBC heavyweight champion, Shields weighed in at 175. This is really more of a light heavyweight contest. And there's going to be a WBC heavyweight title on the line and a WBA interim title on the line. There's going to be two titles on the line from two different weights. We saw this with Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. There were two versions of a WBA title on the line from two different weights. And many, many years ago, we saw this with Sugar Ray Leonard and Donnie Lalonde. There was a WBC, I think it was a WBC light heavyweight and a WBA super middle. You know, there were two different versions of a title on the line from two different weights. The most that you can hope is that Joanisse can make a fight of it. But like I've been saying, you can't pretend that this is Katie Taylor, that this is like Katie Taylor moving up to fight Chantel Cameron or Christina Linardatu. You can't pretend that this is like Amanda Serrano moving up to fight Katie Taylor. It's not. It's just not the same caliber of opponent. And that's why I challenge her quote claim as much as I can, because most people don't actually know, care to know, or do the research. They're like, nah, homie, you literally campaign in the most barren divisions where there are barely any girls to fight, and that doesn't make you the greatest woman of all time for dominating divisions like that. Of course you're going to dominate divisions like that. Ain't nobody there, you know? You could say that you think she's a good fighter. You could say that, but miss me with the quote stuff. Nah, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Sorry. The terminology, what it do? Shields about to snatch that title. Mayweather defended 154 and 147 titles against Maidana. That's right. Giancarlo said, "What's goody?" Dwayne, what it do? Real talk, what it do? We out here, yo. That Chisora versus Joyce fight. Like I said, I knew that was gonna be a good fight because you got two pressure guys. You don't usually see that. Joe's a pressure guy. Derek is a pressure guy. You don't always get those matchups, but when you do, they deliver because nobody's going to want to concede to the other guy. They're going to make a fight of it as best as they can. So it was a great fight, but man, where does Joe go from here, dog? Two back-to-back losses to Chang. Now you just lost to Derek Chisora. I mean, you can't trust him in a high level situation at this point. You just can't trust him, you know, to get the job done. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting that Derek would win. I don't think most people were expecting that Derek would win, except the punk ass Canadian Michael. But he wasn't being serious. He just likes to be a contrarian. He's not going to get any credit from anybody for that. You're not going to get any credit, Michael, so you can shut up. You know, nobody's going to give you credit. All right. We're going to act like we didn't even hear you said that, bro. Nobody's going to give you credit, bro. Right. You picked, yeah, I mean, yeah, he could fight, Hergovic, I guess, he could fight Hergovic, right? I mean, they're both coming off of losses. They were on, they're part of the same amateur cycle. So he could probably fight that guy. At the same time, Joe is an entertaining fighter in the sense that you know what he's coming to do. So Frank could still find use for him. But as far as world title contention and getting in position to fight for a title, it's over for that, bro. It been over for that. Zhang ended all of that. So, it just is what it is. And next week we got the big Riyadh season, pay-per-view. That's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to that. You know, it's thrills and spills and surprises, yo. It's all type of surprises. So, as many of you all may know, Terrence Crawford will attempt to become a four division champion next week. And Israel Madrimov is not to be overlooked in this situation. Anybody saying that he's a cherry, it's like, who is it that you wanted Crawford to fight? The other champions at the weight are not available. Don't say Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is saying he wants to unify 147 first. His promoter's saying that, you know? It's like I think a lot of people just decided they're never going to give Crawford a fair shake, and it just is what it is. You know, it just is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. They decided they're not going to like that guy. They're not going to give him any credit because they're mad. Spence got his ass beat. You know, and it just is what it is. But you know, we out here, yo. We out here waiting for this card to start. Let me see. Let me go to the joint. It's live soon. Okay, it's saying it's gonna be live soon. Go to the joint. Johan Ergashev is on this card. They said that he retired after the Matias fight, but I think he had at least one more fight after that, after the Matias fight. And I think he's on this card. Michelle Rivera, I believe this is his Salida Promotions debut. I believe it is. And they got him back out there quick, man. They got him back out there quick upon signing for this. Thank you,
Sorry.
thank you, country. I really needed that, you know. And yeah, yo. So they're gonna try to go head to head. I don't know if everybody realized this, but the Luis Lopez versus Angelo Leo fight is the same night as Virgil Ortiz versus Sergey Bohachuk. I think most people are gonna watch the Ortiz fight. I think, you know, I think that's a better fight, a better card. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. You know, not because Wilder not coming back, bro. Remember Wilder got all that stuff going on with his baby mother or whatever. He got all that domestic stuff going on with that joint. I don't think Wilder coming back, bro. So how we feeling about this pro grade Catterall? How we feeling about that? You know what I'm saying? I want to support Regis, man, but I don't know. Stylistically, this don't look like a very good fight for him, bro. Stylistically. Damn, I was trying to catch up on Joyce and Chisora live, and Jules goes live again. My fault, yo. I said I was gonna go live for the Shields fight. That'd be crazy if she lost, bro. She better not lose, cause she talked too much shit to lose. If you lose, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you, bro. That Canadian girl go in there and knock you upside your head. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you on Monday, cause you the big old broad that likes calling out lightweights and featherweights. That's the one of the most ridiculous things I ever seen. Like, homegirl, you debuted at 168. What you look like calling out featherweights and lightweights? Yeah, bro. Yeah, real talk. She called out Alicia. She called out Amanda. I'm like, you big ass, you chunky butt ass. What you look like calling out? What you look like calling out featherweights? Bro, that's like Canelo calling out Kakache. That's stupid. What are you doing? And you think somebody would give you credit for that? I'm telling you, she better not lose, bro. She better not lose. She better win. Because if you lose, if you lose, oh, it's gonna be meme city for you. You better keep winning. Cause it's gonna be meme city for you. I mean, yeah, nobody gonna shed a tear. I want to see David Benavidez versus Monster Inui, basically. Basically, the silliness they let her get away with, man. I'm telling you. The American media doesn't call her out on it. The boxers don't call her out on it. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. And like, y'all
Jules, it's amazing that they don't. They should.
y'all really gonna let a girl who debuted as a super middleweight sit out here calling featherweights out, bro, over a nickname at that? How put you gatekeep? See, Americans love to gatekeep stupid shit. You gatekeeping a nickname that you stole from Muhammad Ali, yo. That's crazy.
But if it was somebody else, they'd be having a fit and calling the person out. At
She
least that's.
wide is all outside, akin like that. Yeah, she bugging, bro.
I
She
mean, do you think it would be that way, Jules? That if it was another female fighter that was doing that, they'd be getting called out?
I mean, of course, bro. Like anybody else does that is stupid, but they decided that no matter what mediocre behavior, no matter what trashy, childish, stupid behavior she exhibits, they're just no, she's the GOAT. It's like it's nauseating. Like, no, no, you're not. And we could take a poll right now and it's gonna hurt your feelings. ESPN could put you wherever they want. If we take it to the street and we ask people, yo, is she the GOAT? Watch a big fat fucking no come back. Bugging, you know. But she's fighting this Canadian girl. If you haven't seen the Canadian girl fight, and I'm pretty sure most people haven't, she's a pressure fighter. She's a little shorter than Clarissa, obviously stockier. She's a mid-range fighter. She looks like she can punch. Like she looks like there's power in the punch. But the trial for Vanessa is going to be getting close to Clarissa because you know how she's going to fight. She's going to try to stay on the outside, use the jab, move around. She's not. I don't think she's going to go hell for leather on the inside with somebody who's more used to this weight. So you know, just so you know, and you know. Or some Panda Express. Was eating on that right before I got here. Chlorine is whooping my ass. You know what I mean? All in my eyeball. I had to get the eye drops. Change my shirt to the Black Superman S for those that don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Oh shit. Bowser went the most valuable promotions? I guess Top Rank must have dropped him. Not surprising. Not surprising. But yeah, yo. You know what I'm saying? Country, your mic is so loud. My wife yelled at me to turn it down, and I'm wearing earbuds. Clayton, who cares? Clarissa is lame. Shields gets on my nerves. She ain't no quote. Very toxic lady. Turkey out here dissing Canelo. Yeah, that's crazy that he did that. I mean, like you trying to work with this dude, you trying to make a fight with this dude. I don't think it's good towards the, negotiations of the relationship that you telling them you're gonna cannibalize that date and run him off. I don't think Canelo gonna like that, you know. So, you know. But we'll see, man. We'll see. You know. Personally, I maintain that those two combat sports don't share an audience. So the idea that one event could cannibalize the other is farcical. MMA fans are going to watch MMA. That's what their money's going to go to. And boxing fans' money's going to go to boxing. I'm not going to, I don't have to debate within myself, do I watch the UFC? No, I'm watching the boxing, bro. If I'm going to watch anything that night, it's going to be boxing. I ain't watching them people roll around the floor doing that stuff. I'm not into that. You better get your ass up and throw some punches. Has the Shields fight finished? Nah, it hasn't even started yet, bro. How can anybody really see Shields as the GOAT objectively? It doesn't add up. It's skin politics, bro. I'm sorry, Zerg. I don't know how else to put it, but it's skin politics. I held a space yesterday on Twitter talking about how the people that will tell you Clarissa's the greatest woman of all time don't even watch her fight and don't know anything about her, you know? I had one dude tell me that she's the only undisputed woman champion. There are nine, not counting Clarissa. There are nine, or there have been nine. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, Alicia Baumgartner, Sinicia Estrada, Savannah Marshall, Franchon Cruz, Jessica McCaskill, Cecilia Brækhus. And this is the shit I'm saying. The people that make that argument don't actually watch boxing or Clarissa. The only reason they're defending her, and I know it's awkward and it's taboo, is because of tribalism.
Yep,
It's not
100%.
because they don't watch her, bro. They do not watch her.
and then they pop up on here to talk smack, and say, "Oh, you're racist. This because it says she's black." Blah blah blah. No, you know,
It's because
nothing to
I
do with it.
actually it's because I actually watched them, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you are literally in the weakest divisions in all of women's boxing. You're in the weakest divisions. How could you be the greatest one? It's crazy. Luis Puente said Canelo is a proud dude. He might not let it slide. You know what? He might not. Canelo is a proud dude. That's true. He ain't going to like y'all saying, "Yeah, yo, we about to usurp your date." This really is Canelo's date. I mean, like, it's for Mexicans. It's a Mexican holiday. But I've noticed the last year and a half, 2 years, that Dana White realized how much money there is in the American market by way of Mexican American fans and Mexican fans, and he wants to steal that from boxing. That's what it really is, and it doesn't work like that. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You would need you would need the equivalent of a Conor McGregor who's Mexican for that to work. And even then, that's not going to convince people, yeah, all of a sudden I like MMA. Nah. I don't have to debate what I'm going to watch that day, bro. I'm watching boxing, bro. That's what I'm watching. If you want to watch the cage fighters, you can watch the cage fighters, but it's not a debate.
Exactly.
I'd rather see Benavidez trashed for undisputed at 175. That's assuming he even has that fight. It's going to be a tough competition trying to sell us a Berlanga fight. I don't disagree with you there, bro. The only saving grace that Canelo Alvarez seems to have in this situation is that he by himself usually generates between 4 and 500,000 pay-per-views, and that's without a big name. So with Edgar, and if they play on certain familiar tropes, they might be able to do a little better than that because he by himself, regardless of who he fights, does around 4 and 5. And John Jones is busy ducking. Yeah, like the UFC ain't got no stars right now, from what I can see. They ain't got no stars. Like, the only true blue stars that I've ever known them to have was John Bones Jones, and John Bones Jones, Conor McGregor, and Ronda Rousey. Those are the stars that they had. That they was like, yeah, those are stars. Everybody knows them. But outside of those two, nah, John is not really a star, and John just doesn't fight enough. That's the other thing. He had like what, one fight in the last year, I think it is. One fight in the last two. He can't carry the company.
Hey, Jules. Any mention on who Matias's next opponent is?
Who's Subriel?
Yeah,
They haven't started talking about his fight yet, country. How would I know?
just asking.
No,
You
you don't
seem
need to ask. You
you
don't need
seem
to
to have a
ask me about that.
shut the
No,
fuck
you
up.
don't. No,
Shut the fuck up. you you always seem to have the inside information, you goddamn alien.
I don't think Matias. The only thing I know about Matias is that he's not with Panda Nahat anymore. He's not with the same trainer anymore. Um, I don't know when he's planning on coming back, but I just figure maybe he can get the winner of Catterall versus Prograis. Or the loser, because I would watch both. I would watch both. But I don't
Right.
think they're done with. I don't think they're done with him because it was a 5-fight deal, and that was literally what the first fight of the deal. So I don't think they're done with it.
I would hope not.
I think that was Michael's bitch ass, fucking Michael, punk ass motherfucking Michael, bitch ass Michael, hoe
Well,
ass Michael.
if
No,
you
shut up. You were wrong. Like, you're always wrong. Every time I come to this channel, you're wrong.
Yo, shut up, Michael. You from Canada. You can't
Yo,
fight.
every time I
Yo,
come,
when you gonna learn how to
no,
fight,
you
Michael?
you're wrong
Michael,
about.
please, when are you gonna
Don't
learn
mute
how
me
to
because you're
fight?
wrong.
I'm not muting
You
you. That's
don't.
you
You don't.
doing that. Stop hitting yourself, Michael.
Stop.
Stop hitting yourself,
Stop doing that.
Michael. Stop hitting
Muting me.
yourself,
He keeps
Michael.
muting me.
Michael, stop. Jason, will you tell him to stop?
He's mad
Stop
at me
hitting
because
Hit
he's
yourself.
yourself,
wrong.
Michael.
Michael, stop hitting
You're
yourself.
wrong, Julie. You got.
Bro, Michael, you gotta stop hitting yourself. That's not
Stop.
good.
You gotta stop.
Michael!
You gotta
oh
stop,
Nah,
god.
bro.
listen. That
Just
was a
give me
good
my
ass fight.
flowers, bro. Just give me
Nah,
my
nah,
flowers.
listen. On some real shit, that was a good ass fight, man. And it
Nah, for
wasn't for
real.
a title. It wasn't, and this is the point that we be trying to make, that bro, it don't always have to be this elitist,
God.
snobbish. Some fights
Yeah.
are just good. They don't need to be for a title. Some fights are just
Entertain
good
the fans.
for real.
It can be anybody can do it. Do you remember that fight? Was it Metcalf and Cheeseman like 2 years
Yeah,
ago?
they had a good
That
fight. They
shit
had a
was
good fight.
insane.
No, no,
Just
even
entertain the
Fowler and Liam Smith was a good fight. Anthony Fowler and Liam Smith like 2
exactly.
years ago.
At the end of the day, it's not rocket science. We just want to be entertained because that's what we're tuning in for. I don't want like if I would have to choose between watching a boxing masterclass and two guys going at it, I'm always gonna choose two guys going at it. It's that
Yeah,
simple.
because the master class, the real gravity of a master class is contingent upon the scale of the fight. That if Shakur, and it's the weirdest thing, but if Shakur did to, say, a Gervonta Davis, what he did to Artem Hadatunian, the suspense will make it entertaining. The suspense. But when it's a Artem Hadatunian, no, it's not suspenseful, you know? It's not. It's
And
not.
also this thing, what do we really define as a masterclass? If you want to talk about a masterclass, I'm thinking Mayweather, Gotti, Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence.
Mayweather
God,
Canelo, I would say, is a master
yeah,
class.
okay, that
I would
too.
call that a master
But
class.
also, can you beat the shit out of somebody and not get touched? That's literally Mayweather, Gotti, and Crawford versus
Yeah,
Spence.
yeah, because he
That's
did
what
beat he did beat the shit out
the
of Gaddy. He did.
yeah,
He
and
did.
Crawford beat the shit out of Spence without getting touched, not even going into second gear. Like that's a
Yeah.
masterclass. It
I
doesn't have to
agree.
be jab and
But
move around.
you wouldn't say that Devin against Prograis was a master class. Devin didn't lose a round, bro.
No, because well, yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, he
But
didn't lose a
what
round, like, and he
were
was
the
never in
fan?
trouble.
It was a good fight. It was a good like clean. It was clean boxing. He won that fight. But like,
Problem.
am I itching to go back? Okay, I'll put it like this: if you're not itching to go back to rewatch a fight, then it just wasn't entertaining enough.
That's a
It's
good point. You agree with that, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, because the problem with the Haney Prograis fight is you hurt the guy, you knocked him down, and
you
that
didn't
didn't
finish.
trigger in your mind to go, oh, time to finish him. It's just, oh, I showed I can hit someone. Time to
Yeah.
pity pat.
So for it, at least by your definition, Michael, it's not
Mhm.
a master class unless you're really laying into the guy and you get him out. It's not a master class.
And you're not getting touched while you're doing it for real.
Mm,
Like only
mm,
those generational fights. People are always gonna watch Mayweather versus Gotti and
yeah,
Crawford versus Spence.
yeah,
Mayweather versus Canelo. Like
yeah,
you're beating this guy, you're making them look silly and beating the shit out of them at the same time.
yeah.
Those are what I classify as master classes.
I agree. I
Because
agree.
it takes
That's
a high,
fair.
and not only that, but you're also doing it at a high level. You're not doing this to like bums. You're doing this to like unified champions or champions. You know what I mean?
Yo, I
Canelo
didn't even
wasn't.
know Michelle Rivera fought Sergey Lipinets, bro. I didn't even know
Bro,
that.
everyone fought Sergey Lipinets at this point, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know they fought. I
He's
would have
the
watched that.
he's the American 140 Derek Chisora, bro. He just
Nah,
be
nah,
fighting everybody.
He's the Kazakhstan Derek Chisora because that dude is from Kazakhstan.
Oh,
That
really?
dude. Yeah, yeah, he was supposed to be like a mini Golovkin, but we know how his career went, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, he's
Damn,
you know.
damn, 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 damn.
Real talk boxing said, "Lil Mikey, you know eating ass? Don't you know eating ass makes the world go round? When will you come to the brown side? You gonna come to the brown?
God damn it.
You do not know the power of the brown side.
Chlorine whooping, motherfucking chlorine whooping my ass, bro. That shit. It started
Did you take a
hurting.
shower?
No, I did. I put eye drops and everything, but it started hurting way after I got out of the pool, bro. Way after.
Yo, no joke. Last time I went to a public pool, I don't know if I only stayed for like 2 hours, but I was one of those people like I did not give a fuck about opening my eyes while I'm down there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, bro, next thing you know, my eyes start stinging for the whole day, like
Really?
watering and like a stinging pain, bro. It took a whole day for it to go away. A day
Now,
and
But
a
did
your
you
half
eyes
go?
was,
actually.
but your eyes was closed, bro. How?
No, no, they were open. I leave them open like when I was in the yeah,
Okay. Yeah, because
yeah,
that's
and
what I do. That's what I do.
yeah, because like who
You,
wants
you
to have
need
that shit
goggles.
closed?
You just
Yeah,
do.
goggles,
Like
Yeah,
you
bro.
you
need.
just need goggles. That's
Goggles.
really what it is.
Even
Yeah,
if they
I
fight
am where's
goofy.
It
Waldo,
depends
bro.
what chlorine. It depends what how strong. You know what I mean?
And sometimes I do alternate between using the goggles and not using the goggles, but most of the time, yeah, I do the same thing you said, Michael. I don't be giving a shit. I just go under. I don't be
Yeah,
giving
just
a
go
shit.
under. I've been doing that shit since I was a kid, bro. I
Yeah,
love
me
swimming,
too.
yo. I
Yeah,
love swimming.
I love the sleep I get after swimming because you be dead. If when you
Yo,
swimming, be
let
dead
me tell you
tired.
something. Let me tell you something. Swimming, if you do it as a workout, it is
Yeah.
very hard. It is very. I love swimming. When I started doing it as a workout, I fucking hated it. It's fucking harder than jogging. Anything
Well,
else you could do.
because
It
there's a
is.
With
reason though. You start using a lot of muscles in your body that you never used before.
you use every muscle in your body. Use everything
Yeah.
for real. It's
But that's why
Yeah.
the
very hard.
sleep is so good. The sleep is so good. Like I get the best sleep after I swim, bro. Cause
Yeah,
I
you
be
do.
dead tired, bro.
It
Dead
the
tired.
perfect way to lose weight as well. Easy on your joints too. Just go
Yeah,
for
low impact. Low
yeah.
impact.
Do like a 20-minute swim. Try to do 20 laps in uh 20 laps in under 30 minutes, and watch your weight go down.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
bro.
No,
like
man.
going in public pools because you don't know whoever might have took a piss in there, man, while they're
Well,
in
I
Yeah.
there.
mean,
What's
this
the
pool,
chlorine
I
for?
wouldn't describe this pool as being public. Like there is a nice public pool here for the most part. It's a nice clean pool. It's a nice place to go, but there's also a pool in the complex. And it's, it's big enough that you could dart back and forth, do some laps. I had my kids all in there, my nephews all in there, we all in there. But it's not really a public pool. You need a pass to get in. It's not open to the public. It's open to the tenants of this complex, but it's not open to the public. If you don't have a pass, you can't get in.
Right. And those are better. I don't go to public pools anymore, but I prefer those. Or my gym pool. I was going. My gym had a pool inside, so I was going to that one.
Mm, mm. Just swimming makes you tired, bro. I'm dead tired.
Bro,
Like,
and you'll be sore in spots you didn't even know you can get sore in.
well,
For real.
now I don't get sore. Like now I don't. I'll get sore off of the bench. I got the bench right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. I threw out a couch a while ago and got a bench. Bought that shit. I made up my mind that shitty gym with horrible reviews, equipment. Fuck it, equipment. Because the,
Yep.
the reviews are horrible, bro. I
Well, why don't
really
you go
want.
for yourself though?
What do you mean?
Like, go for yourself and see how it is. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, most gyms will have shitty reviews for whatever reason.
These reviews were really bad, Michael. Like they were really bad.
Well,
And
just
and
try
what
the membership.
the tipping point for me was that they advertised, so on their website they advertised that you could bring a guest, and the tipping point for me was that one of the reviews said that they tried to bring their father as a guest, and every time they bought him they had to pay $25. I'm like, nah, that's great, because I wanted to take my wife as a guest, like I get a membership and you can come with me, but I ain't gonna pay out $25 every time. I'm like, nah, y'all bugging. That's false advertisement, bro. Get
Yep.
out of here.
Talk about bait
So
and switch.
yeah, and that's nuts. Like, bro, if you got a membership, you should be able to bring a guest free. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing?
There's
Like,
no other
Planet,
gym around you. Where do you live in the forest?
not there's no other like there's 24-hour fitness, and then there's this big gym. There's a big gym. I heard that there are other gyms around here, but they must be way out there somewhere because I ain't seen them shits. But the one I'm talking about, I know where it is. It's right next to the
Oh,
Aldi. And it's more fun to me to work out outside. You know what I mean? Like I like working out outside. You push yourself harder. You have more available to you to do more exercises. So I did want the membership, but I'm like, nah, this place sounds fucking horrible. I'm not doing it. And I just got damn Ring Girls is on point tonight. So Shohan is fighting Julian Smith, who's 8-2 with 5 knockouts. Uh, I think Shohan fought one more time after the Matias fight. He fought once, he won, he got back in the winner's bracket. I think this is his second fight since that fight.
yeah, because
And he
he's
should,
on somebody's undercard. I forgot who it was, but like literally like 2 months, less than 2 months ago, he's on somebody else's undercard.
yeah,
So I guess he's trying to be active for real.
which is not a bad thing. It helps to be active.
Bro, he let me down in that Matias fight. How did he give up
Why,
after
you thought
four
he was
rounds?
gonna win, bro?
No, but like you gave up after 4 rounds, bro.
Oh,
But
he's getting
apparently
his ass beat.
he got shot in the leg or stabbed in the leg a couple weeks prior. That's what his coach posted like the picture and
Bro,
shit. You
I don't
remember that?
even think, bro, them punches that was in your faces will put your ass down, not getting shot. Let's be real. Like, bro, you got your ass beat, bro. Like, come on now. Don't blame it on
Alright,
that. If
you did,
if
bro.
you was fucking up people up until that point, look, you got shot, right? But you just beat somebody a few weeks ago. Getting shot, what didn't bother you, right? So don't, I'm just saying it sound like some bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Sound like some bullshit. Me get some Chinese food. I'll be right back. Eat Chinese food before they eat it all.
They
Jules
ate it
got to
all.
get his share, man.
They ate it all. They ate it all.
And I was like, pay for the food. You better save me some.
Oh, dude, I remember when I was a kid, I had this little dog, right? Me and my buddy ordered some Chinese food, and we had our plates in there, and we went out the room to go get our drinks, and we came back, and the dog ate both the plates. Oh, I was so fucking mad.
Oh, this is why you gotta train the dog, man. If
Oh,
I
we
ever were to
chased
get a
his
dog,
ass around the house, dude. I was so mad. He was running away and shit. I was throwing shit at him. Oh god, I was pissed.
well, I would be so triggered, especially if I'm hungry. I'll
Oh
literally
yeah, we
pick
were
up the dog.
starving. We were starving. It was
I'll literally,
horrible. We came
how do you
back
call
and
it?
there's like half a shrimp tail from the prawn on the plate, and that was about it. He killed the rest, all of it, both plates.
You have to call the restaurant and be like, my dog ate my food.
Yo,
Can you send,
that, yo, that ring
can you
girl
send more?
fine as fuck, bro.
No,
She
blondes
right
have
there.
fun.
Damn, this is crazy. This is how you know nobody gives a fuck. Look at this panel, bro. There's only three of us here, and I'm about to leave. I'm not even watching the fight. Like, like,
Yo, Michael is terrible, bro.
I
what do
mean,
you
he's
want me
not
to say,
wrong.
bro? What do you want me to say? It's
Well,
fucking
we're just here to
Clarissa.
talk shit to each other. That's all.
I only came here to talk shit. That's all. I'm getting ready to leave. I only came here to talk shit. And
Yo, you ain't
Clarissa,
gotta
bro,
be like,
nobody cares, bro. We don't care.
oh,
Damn.
that's mean,
I mean,
bro.
this is sad. Like, more people showed up for the Derek Chisora fight than the Clarissa Shields fight, but I'm supposed to believe she's the
Was he the
GOAT.
great? That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm like, it was a lot when Katie fought Amanda, it was lit. And I ain't gonna lie, when Clarissa fought Savannah, it was lit. But you by yourself, nah, homie,
Nah, bro. You're not it.
you ain't it,
How do
bro.
we? How do we tell you? How do we tell you? You
Mhm.
can't tell her. That's the thing. It's like, bro, she's just so.
You
Oh my
can't, bro.
god.
You can't, bro.
Look,
You
no
literally
one in the
can't.
panel and no one in the building either.
Get it? I mean, like it's early, so it's early.
Dude, they ain't gonna make no difference, bro.
Yo, I know, bro. I'm trying to be nice, bro. I'm
Nah,
trying to
fuck
be.
all of that. She came after Katie for no reason. I'm not jacking that. You don't come after the queen. Fuck.
I, I do agree with that. Like you always talking about Katie, who
Yo,
doesn't talk.
Katie's so nice. Katie's so nice. She don't bother nobody.
She
Leave her
literally
alone.
don't. And from what, unless she got a fight, you don't even see her, dog. Like why you
She's
keep
bad.
coming at this little ass woman because you fucking jealous, and that's what the real shit. Like yeah,
She's
you jealous.
jealous, bro. You don't
Motherfuckers
got a
don't.
country
Look,
behind you.
people pretend, and this is what's crazier. People pretend they're fans of you. Those people arguing on Twitter, they don't watch you, dog. They don't. I know they don't. They don't know shit about you. They just they doing what they be doing. But they don't
They
be
wouldn't be her
watching you,
fans if they
yo.
saw her.
They be watching her, yo. I'll watch you though, because I don't got nothing to do. Not right now. Shout out to Luis Puente. Motherfucker, she tricked her ass out and still no one showed up. For real.
That's crazy. She became sexy red.
Damn. Clarissa got him.
Mike got, man.
Clarissa got him, yo. She ran up on him. Bing, bing, bing.
In mid sentence.
You good, Joe? You good?
Oh, I accidentally. You know what happened? StreamYard got rid of the app, and so now I'm back to using the browser, and it's fucking annoying.
They got rid of their own app?
Yeah, they got rid of their own app. They said it was a beta testing. It's done testing, and they decided not to run with it. I guess.
Wow.
It's expired. Every time I go on the app, it says StreamYard beta has expired. So
Wow. Got the
fucking
orange.
whack.
I got the orange chicken country. Look at that chicken.
Orange
It's
chicken's
orange.
fire. I
Nice.
ain't gonna lie.
It's orange, bro.
Or you
I'm not
can
gonna
never
lie.
go wrong with orange chicken, man.
The Asian food in America is different. Like the Chinese food,
Oh yeah, big
it's
time.
different. It's different from the one we get over here. Ours
Well,
is still
no,
good,
the
but
Chinese food here is Chinese American food. The Chinese food in China is actual
yeah,
Chinese food. Very
you know
different.
they don't use MSG over there at all in Asia. It's really just the Western. Like it's really just American.
Yeah, they put stuff in the food here they don't put anywhere else, bro. They're trying to kill us, bro.
Even when you have wasabi over there, it's not actual wasabi. It's like a whole bunch of different shit.
Hey,
Real
Jules,
wasabi is not.
the Well
Uh,
Enough Alone is asking you what y'all think of Andrade versus that Russian kid.
Shishkin? I would pick Shishkin.
Shit skin.
I would. I don't have
Yo,
no. Listen,
somebody.
I don't have no faith in Andre, bro. I have no faith, none.
He's a
I
bomb.
don't. He's a bum, bro. He's a hyped up
Oh,
bum.
he
Like,
said
Yeah.
Yanni Beck. He
Yo,
meant not
yo, that
Andrade.
reminds me,
Yanni Beck.
yo.
oh
Yanni
wait,
Beck?
Yanni.
Yo,
Yo, yeah, Yanni Becker beat him, bro. Why you think he ran?
that reminds me, yo. Why
Not
were you coming
Andrade,
at
but the
Isan
Russian
like that,
kid.
yo? That was so rude.
Hold up, Mike. Hold up, Mike. No, I think he meant Yanni Beck versus the Russian kid, not Andrade.
Okay.
Bro,
Okay.
bro, you confusing me, bro. I'm trying to eat my food, bro. Who is he talking about?
Well, he said it the wrong way, but he meant Yanni Beck versus the Russian kid, I guess, or maybe it's Andrade. I don't know. Either way,
Russian kid.
Stop
What
talking.
Russian? Yeah. Like, you confusing me, bro.
all right, man, go ahead. I tried.
Um, shit, I forgot what I was talking about.
Yo,
Yo, we're
why
talking
were
about
you
how much
coming at
Andrade
Isan
sucks.
like that, bro?
We were talking about Chinese food, and then Michael's going on a tirade about something.
But
The way
yeah,
Joyce was coming after Isan a couple days ago. That shit was
bro,
crazy.
bro,
That
the
was so
main shit.
rude.
What you talking about? I ain't saying nothing about you, son.
Bro, you're like, you're only saying that because your cousin's a bum and shit like that. You know what you were saying.
Oh,
That
oh,
was
not
so
because
rude,
no,
bro.
because he is on some hater shit though. Like, let's stop playing. Like, what? You don't be playing. You don't play. Wash it up.
Oh,
You
shit.
every time Canelo brought up, you get mad because of your bum ass cousin. How you gonna be critical of Canelo's resume, but
What's up,
not of your
man?
bum ass cousin? Your cousin is a bum, yo.
Yo.
As much as
It's
you
so-
like to sit on Twitter and talk shit about boxers, like all of us do, when it comes to your cousin, he's a bum.
But
He's a bum.
we're all talking shit about that fight, man. That's not fair to pick on him.
It's not that. It's that I don't think that Canelo gets a fair shake because one thing that I did notice, which is crazy, it doesn't make me like the Berlanga fight, but it's true. The hypocrisy is out of control. David Benavidez, not but a few months ago, was talking about how him versus Berlanga would have been this great Puerto Rico versus Mexico fight. So that you could
Mhm.
turn around and criticize the fight because you're not the one getting it. That is a double standard, my guy. Like, keep it, yeah, that's a double standard, bro.
That's true, but I'm at this point. I'm getting sick of defending Canelo with Benavidez' shittiness, right?
Yeah.
Like Benavidez being shitty doesn't mean Canelo gets to be excused for this ass fight.
It is
Exactly.
ass, bro. It
I've had
is ass.
enough, bro. And bro, like, it's fucking Berlanga, man. You know what's crazy? I actually have no problem with Berlanga as a person. I just feel like this guy it's just not fair for him to just skip the line. Um, when he doesn't even let's be honest, what is his fan base? Can he sell
Bro,
out Madison Square Garden
no.
in New York?
I'm
No, he can't. He doesn't have that
No.
big of a fan base. He's not a
No.
Kodo. He's
No,
not a
he's not.
Trinidad. He's none of
He's
that
not.
shit.
He's
I'm
not.
still trying to figure out how the hell he skipped the line in front of Morrell
But
That's what I'm
Drake
trying to
in
McCrory.
say.
TBA.
But
How?
Drake. But Drake McCrory, bro. The shit. Look, the fight is ass. The fight is ass. But two things can be true at the same time. I don't. It's not like. It's not like what you was talking about, Eson. It's not like he waited until that fight to shade Canelo Alvarez. It's not. Let a motherfucker have a P next to an X and a C, and Eson will be ready to eat your ass. He will eat your ass. Let it be one of them
How?
Eastern European. He will eat your ass. over one
Where
of
has his
them.
son been, man? He hasn't been on the live in a long time.
Let it be a cuckslock.
Cause Jules
Oh,
keeps making fun of his cousin. He's so rude.
bro, fuck his cousin, bro. His cousin's a bum.
Yo, yo, he's
If
so
I
rude.
gotta listen to you call Canelo A, B, C, and D, then you gotta listen to me call your cousin a bum.
But you're not actually related to Canelo, right?
No, I'm just a boxing fan.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm not Canelo's cousin, but ain't that the point I'm making? If you can be so critical of Canelo, right? Then I can be
Mhm.
critical of your cousin because he's done way less. I mean, he ain't done nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Luis Puente. Berlanga is getting pimped out, and we all know it. We do. He
It's
getting
fucked
pimped
up.
out, bro.
It's fucked up. It's not getting pimped out if you like it. He loves this position, bro.
Yeah, like this
That
is
he's
what I
in.
mean. This is what he wanted in Berlanga's mind or in his team's mind. Somebody gonna whoop my ass, but at least let it be Canelo so I can get paid. You
For
know,
real. Why you didn't want
that's
that Pacheco fight?
he should have fought Jacobs. Jacobs lost to Mosley.
That's crazy. The amount of fighters Eddie has sacrificed to
To the
Canelo is
Canelo God.
crazy.
To the Canelo God, bro.
Eddie can get everybody the Canelo fight. Maybe Davis should go over there.
Ain't that what we was saying the other time, bro? That like, yo, why you still at PBC? Go to Eddie, bro. Maybe Eddie will make it happen. Go to Eddie.
Yo, Jules, if Montestanios is not on that Canelo card, I'm completely done with him. He's a retard.
Bro, he's an idiot, bro.
No, if he's not
I've
on that
been done with
Canelo
him.
card, if he's not on that Canelo card, I'm so
He's an
done.
idiot, bro. He's an
He's
idiot.
a dumbass. He's a dumbass.
Staying over there doesn't make any sense in any way at all. Like you staying over there for what, bro? What is
Same,
over there?
same thing with Carlos. Look, they spin Carlos's face and he doesn't realize it. You're giving Danny Garcia a title shot when he's had one fight in 5 years or whatever the fuck, and
Yeah, man.
he's never even been at the weight class. But you could do
No,
unification right now, and they're choosing not.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
he's been and he's been moonlighting at Amazon all this time too,
but
man. I mean,
the other thing is that one, fighting Lara, I don't think gets you more money than fighting Yanni Beck. No, I don't think one. I don't think Lara don't got no traction. Lara don't have no buzz. Nobody checking for Lara. So
Nobody's
even if
checking.
they got you that fight, if you compare what gets me a bigger bag, I think Yanni Beck would get you a bigger bag. Now, obviously, not because he's so famous or this and that, but because Top Rank is willing to pay for opponents. You are a champion. So I mean, like, go over there and get a bag. I don't think he want that. I think he want to sit on that title, hold it hostage, and that's what he gonna do. Cause I'm like, yo, you really think Carlos is pressed to unify with Lara? Nah, ain't no money in that fight. You're not going. You get a title, but ain't no money in that fight. Do I really think he wants it? Nah,
He's a bomb.
he's a bum, bro.
He's a bomb.
It's time
Fuck,
to stop.
man.
It's time to stop being PC and PG because it's a
No,
lot of
call it how it
sucker.
is.
It's a lot of sucker stupid shit in boxing. Like you really stayed over there, bro. You was the one on Twitter always talking about you want to fight Yanni back. That was you doing that, bro.
Doing all
Now
that crying. All
all
that
that
crying.
all that bullshit. Now you don't want it because you got a belt. So what you gonna do? Hide it? Protect it? That's crazy. Yo, Urkashev ain't looking good, bro.
He's not?
somebody
Smith
said he,
knocked
No,
him.
yeah, somebody
Smith,
said he got dropped.
he
he did
slipped.
get dropped, but it was like after the bell.
I don't know. Like he looked like this dude looked like he got him under pressure.
Didn't he lose his last fight?
No. That was the fight before last. He had a rebound fight after that.
Okay,
The
okay.
Matias after the Matias fight.
Yeah, he was like doing good for the longest, and then ended up losing in like the later rounds and got taken out.
Hmm.
Rishiv's starting to establish his jab a little bit right now.
A little, yeah, a little.
Ergonomics.
He's an interesting guy at 140. You know, he makes for interesting fights depending on how you match him.
Yo, Jules, I'm really thinking. I don't even think we're gonna get that Bud Crawford fight after because Bud has to look good against Madrimov, and I'm really looking at that fight. I'm like, bro,
You don't
Buzz
think
gonna
he's gonna look
struggle.
good, bro? You don't think he's
No,
gonna look good?
no. I think he'll win. I think the knockout streak ends now because you're moving up fourth weight division. Not only that, now it's 10-ounce gloves, right? He's been fighting at 8-ounce gloves.
Hmm.
This guy's tough. I've never seen Madrimov. Well, he gets hit though. He gets hit by
No, no,
dumb shit.
I saw him rattled early in his
Yeah,
career. Like
I was gonna
I
say
think he
yeah.
had like 2, 3 fight, but I saw him rattled. I did. Spanish guy, Spanish guy.
So you can hurt him, but we gonna see. I look at that fight. I'm just like, bro, it's gonna be tough. You saw him sparring Bevo.
Yeah,
Bevo was hitting hard too.
yeah.
Like,
I ain't gonna
bro,
lie.
like
I'm a little nervous, bro. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
telling you,
I
if
don't think
if
you guys need to be that nervous because, like I said, Madrimov establishes everything off the jab. He's great, but everything he does well, he does off the jab. Crawford's got a longer reach. He'll be able to jab. He'll be able to establish his jab before Madrimov can. And when you do that,
Mm,
what do fighters typically do?
yeah, I mean he'll
but
get him.
but
He'll get him to be hesitant.
but wait, this is another thing. I'm not gonna forget this, and other people keep doing this, but the inactivity is a factor as well. At that age, it's
Yeah,
got to play a factor. I don't care how well he takes care of himself. Like, I know he
that's
doesn't
fair.
smoke or drink. I know he doesn't smoke or drink, but he's a very active guy. So like, if he's not boxing, he's always doing some shit. I like he was just in WWE. He's out here. He's playing basketball in the charity game. He doesn't rest for real. You know what I mean? He's constantly on the move. At
Yeah.
37 years old, 1 year inactivity. I think it's gonna be a rough fight for him. But if he beats this guy, he beats everybody else, in the division.
I
I would
mean, we'll
say
see. Because I don't see it ending early, right? Like I just don't see it. Like no, it's not gonna end in the first 3 or the first
no.
4. I feel like if he's gonna finish him, it'll be 9, maybe 10. It'll be late into the fight. But yeah, you make a good point that he's got to look good. He's got to look really
He's
good,
got to look
bro.
really
Got to
good,
look really good,
like
bro.
Jeff Horn good, like what he did to Jeff
I
Horn.
Yeah, like it has to be like that for you to
'Cause
believe that he could go to 68 and do whatever. It does have to be that good. Yeah, and
yeah, it
I
that's
has to
asking
tweeted
a
at Steve.
lot.
I tweeted at Steve Kim the other day. It has to be a Crawford coming off of giving Madrimov like a Spence-like beating. Now, maybe not that dramatic, but still, like you have to look like, oh, you don't belong in 154. You need to move up.
hmm
Yeah,
That's why I
but
say Jeff Horn, because you're not gonna get another Spence like beating like that. But Jeff Horn beating you can. And Madrimov, he does a lot of stupid shit. I dare this guy to keep his hands down with Crawford. That shit's gonna end badly for you. But
yeah, but
hey,
the other thing is that all the pressure is on Crawford. None of it is on Madrimov, as far
I
as the
think it is.
psychology. Nah, Madrimov knows that, they're expecting him to kill me. He's the name. He's the pound for pound everything. I'm just Joe Blow. I'm Joe Madrimov,
Well, I
bro.
don't think
Ain't
these
no
European guys they look at it like that. Like he's gonna take losing like as a big deal. Like he's gonna like go on his shield. You know what I mean? I don't think he looks at it like that.
no, for the pressure, bro. For the pressure. I derived that opinion from how Bivol looked at Canelo. When you in the interviews that they did in the lead up of Canelo, Bivol was like, he's just Canela. He's just Meng. He's Canela. Like it's like, yo,
Canelo.
y'all building him up to be like Godzilla. He's just a man. You know what I mean? And he didn't feel none of the pressure. Like, nah, Bivol didn't feel no pressure. I don't think Madrimov feels pressure. I don't. Because they're expecting you to lose.
I don't know. I think at that stage you're gonna feel the pressure no matter what.
I don't
He's a
know.
champion. I don't know. He's a good fighter, man. I don't think he wants to go out easy.
Comes fucking Leo with the cocaine.
The
The Chilean cocaine too.
Chilean overlord. What's up, Leo?
I, us, our cocaine is not that good.
How would you know? How would
I
you
was
know?
told that.
He's
I
had the
will.
sampler plate.
Oh, shit.
He
What do you
spiked you.
think about that fight, Leo? Do you think in terms of who do you think is gonna win and how is it gonna look? Because it is true what Michael says that you gotta look good. You for Canelo, yeah. If you really trying to get Canelo, bro, you gotta do your thing with Madrimov, bro. Do you think he's gonna do that, or do you think no? He's gonna labor. He's gonna struggle. He's been out for a year. He's 37. He's at a new weight. How's he gonna look?
I think it's gonna do pretty good. I think the weight class. I don't think is gonna bother Terrence Crawford. This new weight class, no, because I think in terms of his overall capabilities is so superior to these other guys. The other guys have size, they have strength, yeah, but if you don't give him like a guy like with equal reach or better reach and better hand speed, Terrence Crawford, I don't see him really struggling now. And I think it's gonna be like that maybe two more years.
Mm,
After that, yeah, you're gonna see him slowing. You're gonna see the decline. But
mm.
for now, I think it's gonna be good.
So you anticipate it's going to be a dominant victory next week. It's going to be dominant.
Yeah, I he's gonna get hit. It's a boxing match,
Yeah.
and this guy hits hard. But I don't think it's gonna be like, wow, I have to take 4 or 5 rounds to figure out this guy and try to. No, it's not gonna be that. I think he's gonna do what early. And look, a stoppage. I don't discard a stoppage, but if your guy is big and pause
Long
and and long and he has size over him,
and veins.
maybe he has enough punch resistance to deal with the guy that's coming up from lightweight. Yeah, that's a possibility. But he's gonna feel the power, and he's not gonna do what he is accustomed to do in all his fights, because it's not only the power, it's the speed. Terence Crawford is gonna counter him. I
Mm.
don't think it's gonna be like. I don't think that this guy is gonna be two step ahead of Crawford. Yeah, it's gonna get counter and it's gonna hurt.
I gotta go. Bye. Nobody cares about Clarissa Shields.
Yo, Michael ain't shit, bro. He hates Clarissa, bro. Don't hate the quote, bro. He's
I mean,
hating
I
on the
hate the
quote.
quote. I'm hate watching right now. But yeah, I don't see this
Shout out to
as
hate watching.
literally. I don't see this as being like the worst. I see this being for Crawford is like Inoue Neri was a couple months ago.
Mm.
Like you may look bad for a round, you may even get knocked down, but the rest of the fight, you're just gonna whoop Madrimov's ass.
Oh wow.
This is why Clarissa's an idiot. Like, I don't care if she didn't put the card together. She should have. Why are you putting these two in a fight right now? You're putting Ergashev in there with Smith to bore the crowd to set the tone. What the hell are you doing?
I thought this guy retired after the Matias
Yeah,
fight.
he said he was going to retire after the Matias fight, but he had a rebound fight. He had a rebound fight before this, and this is his second fight since the Matias fight. He's not looking good though. He's getting popped with that backhand.
I mean, it's weird because he's doing a lot of pot shotting himself, so I feel like he's winning these rounds, but not looking good doing it, if that makes sense.
He doesn't look dominant. We'll say that. He doesn't look dominant. He's not having it all his way. Otto Wallin got a first round knockout yesterday. I forgot he was fighting yesterday.
What?
He's still, yeah, he fought, man. He fought.
Oh, knockdown.
Shit.
Ergashev is down.
Again? Oh,
Again?
No, this was a proper knockdown.
oh, oh,
There we go.
oh. You better get it. You better get out there and get it, ergonomics. You better get out there and get it.
See, my broadcast is
bell.
behind you guys.
Saved by the bell. That is a big left hand. You got to wake your ass up, bro.
Yeah, he's.
Yo, that ring girl is serious. What's her name, man? Got to find out her Instagram. Yeah, that was a real knockdown. Off a left hand. That was a proper knockdown.
Yeah, he had to look
you don't
on
want to be taking knockdowns in scrappy fights like this because you never know how the judges are scoring this shit.
For real.
He didn't even see the punch, and it got him right on the chin, man. Or the side of the jaw, actually. Yeah, right on
It
there.
was the jaw. It was right on the jaw. Yeah.
Yep. He doesn't move his head enough, and he needs to learn how to keep up a high guard.
He's also doing the same thing at the end of every round. He's letting himself get pushed to the ropes and then dipping out to the side. Like, I start throwing wide hooks too. Screw it.
Yeah, he's not. He's leaving himself open too much. That's why he keeps getting hit.
Just it's there for the left hand
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
It's getting chippy.
If Smith was more precise with his left hand, this fight will already be over.
Yeah, I agree.
I think his chin's gone, and that's that.
After one fight with Matias, bro. And this guy's 8-2, y'all. For perspective, 8 wins and 2 losses, bro.
Jesus.
Fucking referee looks like Bruno Mars.
That motherfucker is tiny. This guy.
He is, yo. They just,
God
yo,
damn.
he look well smaller than him, bro. He look like he could fit in Ergashev's pocket.
Like, how are you gonna separate them?
Like, shit, you better calm down, ref. Bust your ass.
This motherfucker could not separate two pucks fighting.
Yeah, Ergashev looks tentative, man. He looks really tentative.
Yeah, because he keeps getting hit.
Good. That was a good backhand. Tried for the left.
If he keeps getting hit like that, he's going to end up being real gun shy. And the dude's really going to be able to exploit him.
As opposed to how gun shy he looks right now.
He'll be worse.
Tries for the backhand again.
Damn.
Another left hand. It got in. It was a glancing left hand, but it got in. Bro, they all over the place. They all over the place. Ergashev is winning this round, though.
No, he just got hit with the left on the side of the jaw again.
It's not doing anything though.
Damn, they both went down. Yeah, I think Smith is going to win this fight, man.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
At least Smith catches Ergashev's left hand with his glove. He tries to. Everything that Ergashev does defensively is trying to move away a little bit from the backhand.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really block.
Doesn't keep his hands high. So he keeps getting smacked with that left.
I don't like the factors that do that. They always want to move away from the backhand. You have to block sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to.
Ergashev looks like someone who's just like trying to ape being a outboxer. Like, he's just, oh, you're supposed to jab now. You're supposed to move out of the way. It's like, no, you're supposed to block here. You're supposed to use footwork here. You're not supposed to just lean back. It's really weird. I don't even know how to describe it.
There she is.
Clarissa, she is the quote.
The quote.
Who invented that stupid word, by the way?
No one. All she did was steal the shit Ali said and add a W. That's what the shit is. Everybody knows Ali called himself the GOAT, the greatest of all times. You know. Now she getting mad that people are using it to describe other fighters. Because Katie Taylor never called herself the GOAT. She don't even use that silly. That shit don't even like, it's not like that's some hot shit. That shit sound goofy. GOAT. But Katie never called herself that. And she got mad that Jake and them called Amanda the GOAT. She got mad at, but it's like, well, what if they feel like calling her that? What you want to do? You want to fine them? Like, would you want to take them to court?
Yeah, I mean, if Amanda didn't say it, and then she's gonna sit up there and try to blast them, put Amanda on blast. That's so stupid. I mean, it wasn't even her thing, you know.
Shit is crazy out here. Katie doesn't talk. Amanda didn't use it. Somebody used it to describe Amanda, and you got mad. That's crazy. And Alicia did want to fight you, but you reneged. You said you would come to 147. Alicia said, bet. I'll come up, I'll meet you. Then you moved to 154. Like, no, it got to be one. Like, come on. What, you not big enough? Are you not big enough? You ain't bigger. Because you already ain't bigger than they are, right?
I mean, that's why I never gave like. Didn't she like move down all the weight classes where she was winning titles?
Yeah.
Like this is such chump shit.
No, bend over. The GOAT is the nickname, and Clarissa stole it from Ali. That's what it is. Stop acting like that's some original shit, because it's not. I don't know what it is about people endorsing stupid shit. Everybody knows you stole that from Ali. You just put a W in it. Katie doesn't call herself. When the fuck has Katie don't even use that funny sounding shit.
Nope.
And she has more of an argument for it because she was the one who got. Wasn't she really involved in getting women recognized in Olympic boxing?
Literally. It's not even. It's literally. Without Katie Taylor, there is no women's boxing in the Olympics. Without Katie, she's the reason they allowed
Ooh,
it.
damn. That was a solid right hand by Smith.
Who's in the
Yeah.
Who's in the factory, man? I'm hearing like,
Yeah. Do you hear that shit,
yeah.
country?
So sorry, that's me.
Sound like you building Autobots over there.
Leo manufacturing this cocaine, man. You gotta give
You
him his
I was gonna
props.
say,
manufacturing.
yeah.
Exactly. Yo, see, that's why I fuck with Ray. Her nickname was T-Rex. Out of the Olympics, out of the amateurs, that was her nickname. Bro, somebody
Yeah,
need to
there
get knocked
wasn't
out.
wrong with T-Rex. T-Rex is a good nickname.
No, but that was her name. Originally, I remember, originally that was her nickname, T-Rex. This quote stuff starts, but it's like, bro, we really gonna act like we don't know where you got that from? You got that from Ali. You got that from him. Why you acting crazy? Why you gatekeeping some shit that you stole? He said he's in a laundromat getting that drug money.
That's where the drug money is.
He said, so she gave herself the nickname. That's her shit. No, she stole some shit and acted like it was her shit. And now you trying to convince us that it's her shit. When we all know, no, you stole that from Ali. So if you could use somebody else's shit, somebody else could use your shit. The crazy shit is Katie doesn't use your shit. Alicia doesn't use your shit. And they were talking about Amanda. It wasn't Amanda herself that said it. They were talking about Amanda.
Like it wasn't like she was talking shit about Jake Paul or them. She was talking shit about Amanda.
That's the crazy shit. That it wasn't. She got mad because Jake used that to describe a man. Well, what you want to do? Take Jake to court? He said he's the greatest of all time. Stop acting stupid. This is what it is about these people, dog. They love to gatekeep stupid shit. So you didn't know that the GOAT, the greatest of all times, you didn't know that came from Ali. We need to argue about this today. Let me tell you something, Ben. Let's make it simple. I am never going to call Clarissa. I'm never going to think she's the GOAT. And I'm never going to act like she invented that. She didn't.
Like, no. If someone doesn't know that Muhammad Ali called himself the greatest of all times, and that got shortened to the GOAT, block them. They're not worth arguing. They're too stupid.
You see, he's saying he said I'm the greatest of all times. That's what he said, Ben. Do you want me to, you know what I'll do? I'll look it up. I'll do a video about it. I'll use the stupid comments you left me to make fun of you. As you know, I'll do it within the week. Don't worry, I'll put it together. No, you just sucking dick, Ben. It's not hating. You just sucking dick. You getting mad that what I'm saying is true. The people on the panel know what I'm saying is true. The people in the chat know what I'm saying is true. And you just want to keep sucking Clarissa's fucking dick. It's not me hating. That's literally a fact. That is Ali's shit. You stole it from him. Layla Ali said it herself. You borrowing my father's nickname. She said it. Everybody knows this.
But what is it with these? What is it with this going around? Like you just hate. Like the other day
Because that's what stupid people use to try to guilt trip you. Like it's a guilt trip. You hating. You need to stop hating. No, you need to stop sucking dick.
Or quit in this case. In this case.
No, we think.
He running with it. Look at the listing fight and him saying he said I'm the greatest of all times, bro. Literally, I'm the greatest of all times. Literally. Layla literally said Clarissa borrowed my father's nickname. You know what y'all need to learn to do? Y'all need to learn to be stupid by yourself. Because the people in the chat are telling you this. The people on the panel are telling you this. And you just want to keep acting stupid. It's not going to work. At the end of tonight, nobody's going to be like, yeah, yo, Ben Dover was right.
Yeah, I remember like just the other day, there's a thread that was about Inoue Fulton, and I just made the comment. The narrative going into this was, Inoue can punch hard, but how is he going to deal with the skills and slickness of a bigger fighter? Because that was the narrative, and I just said he then proceeds to outbox the slick fighter for 8 rounds and then beat the shit out of him, which took 20 seconds. Again, fact that happened, like clockwork. Some dipshit responds underneath me. We all know you'll just hate black fighters. It's okay, one loss.
And that's always
Oh
the
my
argument,
God.
bro. It's nauseating, bro. Listen, let me go on camera for this. Let me make this clear. It's not that people hate black fighters. It's that you hate all non-black fighters. You hate Japanese fighters. You hate Mexican fighters. You hate British fighters. You hate Eastern. You hate everybody. It's not that we hate anyone. Crawford is my favorite fighter right now, active. Crawford. It ain't that I hate somebody. It's that you hate everybody. Go ahead. I'll drop the link, bro. Right, here you go. And you could tell me how Ali isn't the one who coined the phrase greatest of all times.
Oh, God.
No, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to make it very simple. Because these are people that love arguing stupid shit. I'm going to look up the stuff, and I'll let Bend Over join.
So anyway, this fight's been boring as hell.
Yeah, it's just Ergenchev trying not to get knocked down.
Just hot shot his way to victory. Outboxing cutie pie this shit. Jesus Christ.
No, this is a fight between two guys that lack accuracy. They lack precision. The openings are there, but they cannot connect clean enough to make a difference.
Well, I think we found something worse than an outboxer, an inaccurate outboxer. Fuck me.
It's always a glancing blow. It's always a body shot that doesn't cause an effect, or too few.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, give me 1 sec. I gotta turn this TV down.
Silliest argument.
Yo, Ali called himself the greatest. Carissa Shields came up with that nickname for herself, man. Like people are
Fig
really
Newton,
and all
Fig
these
Newton now.
and like this
Fig
is what I'm
Newton,
saying.
Fig
All of
Newton.
these narratives and like
All right, Fig Newton. For starters, after Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman when he was in the locker room and all the media were around him. That's when he had his immortal interview that he says, "I told all my critics I'm the greatest of all time. Would you like me to play it for you? Because I could do that.
Listing fight, he said in the
I'm the
listing fight happened
greatest."
before.
I'm not talking about the listing fight. I'm talking about the George Foreman
Okay, and
fight.
his
After the
nickname is the
George,
greatest.
yeah, after the George Foreman fight, he called himself the greatest of all times. Would you like me to play it for you? Because this is
You
one
can
of the
play it
most.
if you want. And after the listing fight, he said, "I am the greatest," and that's been his
Do you? Yo,
universal nickname
which
forever.
fight do you think? Which fight
And
do you
all like
think happened?
multiple medias, man.
Which fight do you think came first? The listing fight or the Foreman fight?
The listing fight.
And after that, what did he call himself? Was anybody else calling themselves the greatest of all times before Ali?
That was his nickname then. The greatest. That's the nickname he gave
Yeah,
himself.
and he changed it to the greatest of
It
all
was like the
times. What do you?
Louisville Lip. It was
And it was the Louisville Lip was when he was Cassius Clay. After Foreman, he called himself the greatest of all times. What are you debating? Was anybody else calling himself the greatest of all
bro. He
times
was
before
calling
he said
himself
that?
the greatest.
Okay, I see. I'm
If
gonna have to
he
play.
said in an
I'm gonna have.
interview
No,
or after the fight, "Oh,
I
I'm the
got you,
greatest of
bro.
all
I
time,"
got you, bro. I got you. I'll
okay.
just play the interview.
And make
I'll
sure you
just
pull
play
up
the
the
interview.
listing interview too. Like you
No, no,
arguing
he.
semantics.
Because
The
I have a
the
question.
point of the you
I have
argue
a
you are
no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
go
minute.
ahead, go
Wait a
ahead.
minute. Wait a minute.
Mhm.
You saying that because he said I'm the greatest in the listing interview? Does that change that he said I'm the greatest of all times after that?
I'm not
Does that?
saying that it doesn't translate he's the greatest of all time. What I'm
Then why
saying
do
is
you keep
nickname is the
telling me that he
greatest.
just said I'm the greatest? He said I'm the greatest of all times. That's what
But
he
his
said. I'm
nickname
not
was the
making.
greatest.
All right, bro. I got you.
Future is alive right now. And everybody stop talking now. Attention. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today,
Didn't you mention Sonny Liston?
Yes, he did.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today, I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog until I'm about 50 years old. Right. Then you might get me.
Now, according to Muhammad Ali himself, he's been calling himself the greatest of all times since he beat Sonny Liston. But you telling me, no, that wasn't his nickname. According to Muhammad Ali, it was. So all Clarissa did was co-opt the nickname that she didn't make. That's not your nickname. You took that from Ali
Did he call
and you
himself
added
the
it.
greatest woman of all time? Like that's the nickname she gave herself.
Well, I mean, that's literally what I'm trying to get to. All you did was take his name and add a W.
Is that like different than Floyd saying I'm the best ever? Like
I mean, I don't even know what kind of point you're trying to make by bringing up
what I'm
Floyd.
saying is it's a fucking nickname and like arguing about it is like
Wait, no, wait
that's
a minute.
her nickname.
Wait. Fig, you saying that arguing about a nickname is silly. Wasn't Clarissa arguing about a nickname a couple of days ago?
Yep.
It's her nickname.
It's not hers. If you
It
could
is her.
borrow
Who
it,
else is saying that? Who else nickname is that,
if you
man?
can,
Like what are you doing?
and you know what's funny, you arguing with people that don't use your nickname. Katie Taylor does not call herself the GWOAT, nor has she ever called herself the GWOAT.
Yeah,
Alicia
somebody else
Baumgartner.
calls her the GOAT, and she responded, "No, I'm the GOAT. That's my nickname. This
No,
the fuck.
No,
so
My
she just
branding
sounds
is
the
what the
fire.
fuck
She
hold on,
you
doesn't
been
say
name
I'm
is."
the
hold on. So wait a minute. So Clarissa can argue with people over a nickname where you just said, "What are we doing? Arguing over a nickname?" That's what she's doing.
That's her
Yep.
nickname.
She's not. That's not going to
Wow.
stop people. That's not going to stop people from calling other people that. It's
Like
not.
if Floyd Mayweather was fighting, right, and then Manny Pacquiao was like, "I'm the best ever," and he came out and was like,
Then
"Dude, that's my
Katie
fucking
Taylor.
name." And
Yo,
then like it's the
hold
same
on. Wait a
shit.
minute.
Like
Wait a minute. No,
what
no.
type of
You're not
what
giving a
is
real.
the what is
You're
the
not giving a
he,
real example because you just said if Manny Pacquiao started using Floyd's name,
or if
the K,
somebody
the
called Manny
Katie. No.
Pacquiao that shit and
Stop moving
Floyd
the
fucking argued for
goalpost.
it.
Stop moving the goalpost. That's all you
Dude,
doing. That's
make this
all
shit
you
fit.
doing.
Like
That's
you're
all
trying
you
to
do.
argue about this
That's
shit, but
all you doing. That's all you doing. You just said if Katie called herself that, maybe. you might have a point. Katie don't use that name. Alicia don't use that name. Amanda don't use that name. Clarissa got mad because somebody else said Amanda Serrano is the quote. Well, what you gonna do soon? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Okay, if you don't like the exact example, make the example fit. If Floyd's calling himself TBE and somebody else said Manny Pacquiao's the TBE, and Floyd came at the dude who said that's my nickname, it's the same shit. Like, hey, bro, that's my shit.
Yeah, but there's
That's
but
all.
there's
That's all that
nothing.
happened. You're making like a big controversy about this girl.
No, it's not. How am I making a big controversy when Clarissa's the one that was arguing about it at a press conference?
I'm saying you on your channel, watch your channel all the time, bro. Like you've been hanging on this girl for years.
Hey, no,
just because she shit talks,
really,
like
really.
Oh boy, here we go.
If I'm a hater, who bought her? No. Wait a minute. If I'm a hater, who bought her pay-per-view? Me or you? Because I could pull up my receipt right now from the pay-per-view I bought. If I'm a hater, who bought it? Me or you? We saw your thing about Ali didn't work. You said that he only called himself the greatest. He literally said, no, after the listening fight, I said I'm the greatest of all time. So that's one asterisk on your argument. The next argument is, oh, well, if somebody started using Floyd's nickname, using Floyd,
I want you to be,
no, you got to start making sense.
I want you to be,
you said if somebody started using her nickname.
No, I'm making perfect sense because you're acting like Ali's
nickname
wasn't the greatest.
Alicia didn't use her nickname.
You're acting like this dude's nickname wasn't the greatest.
His nickname, you want me to play it again, bro? You need to hear it again? I'll play it again.
Bro, I could pull up an interview of motherfuckers saying his nickname is the greatest. I can pull up Burt Sugar interviews of like Muhammad Ali, the greatest. I can pull up fucking all types of documentaries of this motherfucker saying where people are describing him and his nickname being the greatest. Bro, like,
do it. Bro,
Google it.
No. You know what? Wait a minute. This is bullshit. You know what? Why don't
it's
we
not
talk
bullshit.
about
it's regular shit. You trying to argue about like you're trying to make it a thing. Well, he said the greatest of all. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Let's talk about the real reason that you're here.
I told you all that I was the greatest of all time when I beat Sonny Liston. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again.
You're pulling up an interview where you're saying I'm the greatest of all time. I told you I was the greatest of all time.
Let's
I can pull up an interview saying I am the greatest.
Okay,
and I can pull up other interviews, documentaries. There's a Muhammad Ali documentary called.
Bro, for all the stuff you saying you could pull up, you haven't pulled anything up. So do it. Pull it up.
Hey, I'm doing this on my phone. So for me to pull it up, I sent the link in the chat, man. Matter of fact, it's still saved. I'll send it in the private chat.
The weirdest thing about the argument you're making is you're making that argument as if it changes what I just said. Ali's the one who called himself the greatest of all times. That's his name. It's his name. Now all you did
that's cool. Did he call himself the greatest woman of all time?
No,
did he call himself the greatest woman of all time?
All you did was co-opt his name and add a W. Where's the lie?
So when that's different. Did he say I'm the greatest woman of all time?
What I'm seeing is you cool with Clarissa co-opting someone else's name, but you not cool with somebody co-opting her name, even though no one co-opted her name. Because Katie Taylor does not call herself the GOAT. Alicia Baumgartner does not call herself the GOAT. And Amanda wasn't the one that called herself the GOAT. Somebody called Amanda the GOAT. And for that, you think it's cool to call out people that are 30 and 40 pounds lighter than you. You look stupid. Who you think gonna get behind that? More importantly, who's gonna spend money on your fight first? Me or Fig? Did you buy Clarissa's pay-per-view? I got a question. I have a question. Did you buy her?
First off, I've been to your channel. I've seen you making these goofy ass narratives. Dude, I've paid me
bro. Me buying a fight, a pay-per-view is not a narrative. What is with the people in your generation using words you don't understand? Me buying a pay-per-view is not a narrative. No one's narrating. I literally bought her pay-per-view.
Me. I bought every single Clarissa Shields pay-per-view. Me.
Oh, really? How many were there?
Yeah. Like fucking $30 or some shit. This shit was like years ago. You fucking like $35 on Fight TV. Fucking
Clarissa Shields
every single. She only had like 2 or 3 of them. 2 or 3 of them. Yeah.
2 or 3.
Me.
And that he just told on himself. Clarissa's only been on pay-per-view once. There were not 2. There were not 3. She's been on pay-per-view once.
I buy a lot of pay-per-views. Fuck. I bought her pay-per-views.
Okay.
Bro, pay-per-views, plural, pay-per-view. There were no pay-per-views. Now that is called a narrative. When you're narrating, there was more than one pay-per. No, there was only one. In between the time that she left Showtime and the time that she ended up going to DAZN very briefly, there was one pay-per-view. Which pay-per-view was that?
I don't even remember. It was in Detroit.
Because you didn't buy it. Because you didn't buy it. I can tell you who it was. How come I can tell you everything about that pay-per-view, what it costed, what platform it was on, but you can't tell me anything about it? Because you didn't buy it, and you're lying.
I'm telling you about it right now. No, you're just trying to do like some little weird goofy shit. Like, why would I need to lie about it?
Okay. So who did she fight? Who did she fight?
I don't even remember. I don't watch.
Because you didn't buy it. Because you didn't buy. I'm older than you.
Don't you be like you just trying to.
No. For a perspective, I'm probably 20 years older than you. I can remember. I buy more pay-per-views than you because I do this for a living, and I don't forget the pay-per-views that I buy because I buy them. You can't tell me who she fought, where it was. You can't. But you bought it though. We're supposed to believe that you bought it.
It was in Detroit.
Okay, and. A lot of her fights were in Detroit. What you're not saying nothing. The last fight that she had.
Okay, you just asked me like you asked me who she fought. I don't remember exactly who she fought. I got into women's boxing. I don't even watch women's boxing that deeply. I'm getting into it more, but I got into it for Clarissa Shields, and I supported her and bought her fight.
Okay,
like,
so let me ask
I don't need to fucking lie to you about whatever fucking weird things you're doing.
Fig, let me ask you a question. You said you just got into women's boxing, right? You said you just got into it.
A couple years ago, yeah.
Couple years, or well, then which one is it? Did you just get into it, or how long have you been watching it?
When was her pay-per-view? A couple years ago, like when
it was.
Clarissa Shields got me into boxing.
It was several years. She got you into boxing for real?
Yeah.
You didn't watch boxing before that?
Female boxing? No.
So you only watch her. You don't watch the other girls, right?
I'm getting more into it now.
All right. So tell me. So tell me. Can you tell me how many? Can you tell me how many other like undisputed champions there have been in the last 5 years, just off the top of your head?
In like all of boxing, or like what? Female boxing?
No, just the women. Just the women.
Clarissa Shields. I know. Katie Taylor. Miranda Serrano was a multiple division champion. I don't think she was undisputed.
She was undisputed.
She was. Or Serrano. And that's like all I know.
That's not all of them. There are about 6.
No, I said that's all I know.
Okay,
this is like as far as my knowledge on that goes.
Okay, well, this is the point I'm trying to make.
But just because I know that doesn't mean I didn't buy
wait a minute. You're not even letting me make my point. My point is that I've been watching them all. I've been watching all of them, even the ones you don't know, longer than you have. I've been studying them and following their careers longer than you have. I know all about Clarissa's career because I watched it from the beginning to where we are now, the same way I did that with a lot of fighters. So when I say what I'm saying, I'm speaking from actually watching this stuff and knowing that, Clarissa, it's cool that you dominate your division, but there are really only 21 girls in your division. Most of the titles that you won were vacant. No one was holding them. That's not a narrative. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. You can look it up. In the middleweight division, you won 3 vacant titles because nobody else was holding them. In the junior middleweight division, same thing. You won 3 vacant titles because no one was holding them. The first title you won, which was from Nikki Adler, then unbeaten, she had 1 belt. The sanctioning bodies made another one available to you because nobody was holding it. And I know that in the lower divisions where you don't campaign, at the weights where you can't make, that's never the case. You got to run through a gauntlet to win belts in those divisions. Like Katie Taylor, for example. Every belt that she has at 135, she had to fight a champion for it. She went up to 140 for Christina Lenardatu, who beat Alicia Baumgartner. She won a belt from her. Then she moved back down. She fights Amanda Serrano, defends her undisputed. Cool. Moves up in weight, fights Chantel Cameron, undisputed. The caliber of opposition, which is what I notice a lot of Shields fans, they don't really grasp this because, like I've been saying, they don't really watch this sport. They just go off of what she says. The quality of competition, unfortunately for Clarissa, where you campaign, there's almost nobody to fight. You and Katie debuted the same year as professionals, but she has way more fights than you.
Hold on.
Why?
So because
why?
Like I get the argument of more people in your division. So let's say like Katie Taylor was fighting a division where it's 100 girls, right? Correct. Because there's 20 at her division, and she was fighting championship fights or the top level where fuck she was fighting. She only got like, I don't even think the girl got 20 fights. She did all this in like 15 fights or some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or less.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 times undisputed and shit. Fighting top people like immediately.
Well, I have a question. I have a question. Since you can't remember who she fought, I don't think you actually knew that most of the belts Clarissa's ever won were vacant. She didn't win those. Most of those belts.
I watched the channel. I understood you said this talking about before.
So what I'm trying to help you understand is that the girl she's fighting tonight, for example, Vanessa Joanisse, she won a vacant title in her last fight. That was earlier this year. Is Vanessa Joanisse the same caliber of fighter as Chantel Cameron? No. Hell no. Is Vanessa Joanisse the same caliber of fighter as Amanda Serrano?
What was last fight at?
168.
And she fighting a heavyweight?
No, she's actually fighting at 174. Did you watch the weigh-in? You didn't, so you don't know that.
No, I just watched what the zone said. Heavyweight fight.
And this is what I mean. I hear you, but the only one who goes off of narratives seems to be you, because in reality, tonight's fight.
Because the zone said it was a fucking heavyweight fight. What are you talking about?
And I'm trying to explain it to you, but you don't want to listen. There's a heavyweight title on the line. There is the WBC heavyweight title. But as far as what Shields is weighing in and what Vanessa's weighing in, it's 175. It's light heavyweight. And that's why Clarissa is also fighting for a light heavyweight title tonight. I don't think you knew that. The WBA, I believe it's the WBA interim light heavyweight title. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So where you think that she's up there at 200 and change right now, fighting somebody who's 200 and change, no, she isn't. The girl's coming down. And this is what I mean about Clarissa.
And it's within the 200-pound limit, so the title's on the line.
The WBC so decided, because they figure we can probably get more sanctioning fees if Clarissa has this belt than if Vanessa has this belt, because nobody even knows Vanessa. She's not with a major promoter. So they're giving Clarissa that opportunity, because those divisions, and you can look at this yourself, you don't have to believe me, you can go to their rankings and see that there is no one there. There's no one. So when you're in divisions where there are no girls to fight, yeah, you're going to be undisputed 5 times. There's nobody to fight. They put those belts in your hands because there was no one to hold them. That's not the same thing as Anaías de Sanchez for the WBA, Victoria Bustos for the IBF, Rose Volante for the WBO.
Like, in men's boxing, right? I'm just using my common sense, because like how people are built. At minimum weight, I don't follow minimum weight. I would assume there's less people. Hold on. Calm down. Hey, calm down, bro. Hold on. So a minimum weight, I would assume there's less men that weigh that much, like 105 or some shit. These weight classes.
Yeah, ain't no nigga wearing that light.
So that means there would be less competition at that weight. And the champions, you feel the same way about those champions that you would at if a female were to fight at heavier weights, because they usually don't weigh that much.
I would say that there are more minimum weights in men's boxing. There are far more minimum weights. Probably hundreds. Probably hundreds. There are more minimum weights than there are women in the heavyweight and light heavyweight division. Because when I checked, there were only 21 at heavyweight.
So there'd be more men in boxing than women.
All right, well, that doesn't change that. That doesn't change that. You know what's different about minimum weight? For every sanctioning body that has a title in the men's minimum weight division, right? For every title, those are not barren divisions where there's nobody to fight. There are champions at those weights. With the WBC, with the WBA, with the WBO, and with the IBF. There are champions at those weights. And that's where this is different. Is there another champion in the women's heavyweight division? No, it's just Vanessa. It's just Vanessa. So you can't pretend. So you can't pretend or use that as a parallel when you can see that there is no one there to fight.
2001. Like women boxing got popular like
2001.
No, that's not true. The lower weights have plenty of girls to fight, and they have plenty of champions.
He's talking about my friends just like asked me how long has women boxing been popular. I'm like,
and been relevant. Like how long has women boxing been relevant? Women MMA been relevant. Women's sports in general been relevant to the general public. Period. WNBA just catching traction. So
what is that?
Why do you think that means? That leads into the perspective that you have on. There are more men in boxing than there are women.
I don't think you know what the debate is. I don't think you know what the debate is, to be honest. I don't think you do, because the debate is if I can explain this to you, the debate is in women's boxing, the talent pool gets deeper the lower you go, because most women are not that big. So if you're talking about heavyweights, it's not going to be a lot of girls up there in the amateur circuit or the pro circuit, because most women are not that big. So where you find the deepest talent pool and the very best fighters is actually the lower you go, because as we all know, women are small. Women are small. Generally, there are not a lot of heavyweight women.
Heavyweights are dominant, though. The heavyweight dominated the history of boxing in general.
You're talking about.
I know, I understand, but who set the precedent though? That's what I'm saying. Because this is a secondary, this is a tertiary party. You're
having a different debate than the one that me and Fig are having. You're having a different debate. You are you're talking about something else. When what I'm trying to tell them is the division, the heavyweight division in women. What if I told you that there are only 21 men in the men's heavyweight division? There's only 21 in the whole world. You would say, well, that's not a lot of guys. That's not a lot of guys.
It's not a lot of guys, but that doesn't change the fact that who's the best is the best.
So Vanessa Joanisse is the best? If she's the best, if she's the best, Fig, if she's the best, you telling me I've seen her. I don't think you've seen her, but you telling me she's the best. So explain.
I'm just saying, like in general, of like champions, like
okay, she's the best. What can you tell me? What can you tell me about Vanessa?
Shit, that she's a champion in her division. I haven't watched her. I haven't seen the girl, but that doesn't just because I didn't watch her and haven't seen her doesn't.
So you're basically telling me. So you're telling me that because she has a belt, that makes her the best. You watch boxing. Well, okay. Rolly had a belt. Was he the best? Rolly had a belt.
Yeah, that's like a outlier.
Rolly had a belt.
That's still just like they create belts in the men's division. But how long on the men's side it's been promised forever?
Hey, homie, what's your name? What's your name? Homie, what's your name? Yo, bro, what's your name? What's your name? Because I don't.
I'm Q.
Q, listen. You having a different debate. Q. You having a different debate. You're having a different debate. I'm comparing women's divisions to show Fig that some divisions are deeper than others. In a division, where most of the titles are vacant, meaning there are no other champions or most of the titles are vacant. Nobody's holding the belts. And there are only 21 girls worldwide. You cannot compare that to a division where there are hundreds of girls and several champions. That means it's going to be harder for you to win a belt at, say, 118 than it will be at 175 because there's nobody at 175. But at 118, there's hundreds of girls. There's hundreds of girls and there's champions you're going to have to go through because none of the belts are vacant. This girl that Clarissa's about to fight, did she beat a champion to be a champion? No, she won a vacant title.
In heavyweight, when like, if we look at the men's heavyweight, what was them guys' names? The brothers. They held the titles for so long. The Klitschko brothers. I'm saying, like, so heavyweight wasn't dominant for so long.
Bro, that's
dominant.
also
dominant in the East and like the United States didn't dominate heavyweight.
Let me put it another way, because I hear a lot of Americans say that, and that's not true. Millions of dollars was still flowing into the heavyweight division when the Klitschko brothers was around. They was doing big shows. They just wasn't in America. They were based out of Germany. But were they making millions? Absolutely. Was the division populated? Absolutely. But the heavyweight division is not dominated by Americans anymore because the American big man is playing other sports. They're playing football or basketball, but they're not boxing. So what you see in the heavyweight division now primarily are Europeans. You could watch the Olympics right now if you don't. You could watch the Olympics right now if you don't believe me. You can watch them right now. America does not produce heavyweights in the same abundance as they used to because of two primary factors. One, the heavyweights are way bigger now. And two, the American big man is playing other sports.
Hey,
basketball or football.
Hey, Jules, can I just make a point to Fig real fast?
Good.
Hey, Fig, all I want to say is Jules explained it to you really well. I think you understand a lot more. If we're talking about Clarissa and other boxers and we're talking facts, we're not hating. I know you felt we were, but we're not hating.
It's not a narrative. It's not a narrative. That is one of the narrative. The quote unquote narrative. The quote unquote word narrative, right, is one of the most overused words in boxing because everything I literally said is not a narrative. It's a fact. It's a fact because you can look it up yourself. You don't have to believe me. You can look it up yourself. That's not a narrative. A narrative is when you make up a story. There's no story in there. That's the truth. There are 21 girls worldwide in the heavyweight and light heavyweight division. You could win a belt up there much easier. In fact, Hannah Gabriel's did. Hannah Gabriel's did. The girl Clarissa. Hold on. The girl Clarissa beat. The girl Clarissa.
He said heavyweight had 21 girls. He just said light heavyweight got 21 girls.
Literally, you can look it up. You can look it up. You could go on BoxRec right now. Go to a heavyweight. Go to Vanessa Joanisse on BoxRec. Look up the little part with the ranking. Click the ranking. You're gonna see there's only 21 girls in that division. There's Vanessa Joanisse. Look at the poster of the fight. I'll pull it up.
I got you. I'm right here. But all I'm saying is you gotta the reason I even brought men's boxing into it because it's been around since 1901. Older than that. And women's boxing has not been popular since Muhammad Ali's daughter. So like you gotta understand there's not a market for it.
Why are you comparing men to women when all this started because Clarissa is gatekeeping a nickname that no one else is using, by the way? That's what started the conversation.
Exactly, that's her nickname.
But
the whole argument started because
listen. You saying that nobody else can run around calling themselves the quote unquote quote. Well, here's the problem. Katie Taylor doesn't. Alicia Baumgartner doesn't, and Amanda doesn't. Somebody called Amanda that, but how you gonna get mad at Amanda for that? It's not like she said it. Somebody else said it. In their opinion, they feel she's the greatest of all time based on her accomplishments.
I think she was arguing about her nickname, like she not the GOAT, I'm the GOAT.
Well, she could say that, but you can't force people. The other problem with it is, if in some person's opinion, Amanda is a great fighter. No, bro. Listen,
because the
let me ask you
term,
a
right,
question.
the greatest of all time means something, right? And it's also like a nickname.
Can I ask you a question?
So I think, like,
can I ask you a question?
That's what the law says.
Can I ask you a question? You know how some people feel Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all times, right? Some people feel that way. At least you know that some people think that, right? Other people might tell you it's Braun. Other people might tell, no, it's not him. It's Braun is better. For whatever reason, they're going to say that.
Okay. That's you saying like the greatest of all time. It's like you're
Are those two people not entitled to their opinions? Are you not entitled to your opinion? Everybody has to unanimously say.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right?
Everybody has to unanimously fall in line with what Clarissa wants, or she's gonna get mad.
Well, I think she was arguing about the nickname. I think because of the nickname,
but they're not. But they're not using like, her nickname, bro. They're not using. This is what I've seen their whole careers. They're not using your nickname. What are you talking about? Katie Taylor barely even talks, much less uses your nickname. The woman barely talks. If she don't got a fight lined up, you don't even see the woman. So she's not using your nickname. I know Alicia's not using your nickname. She doesn't call herself that. Her nickname is the Bomb. That's her nickname. I'm Alicia the Bomb Baumgartner. That's what she calls herself. And Amanda ain't the one that said she's the GOAT. Somebody said she's the GOAT, and you got mad. What you getting mad at her over what somebody else said? What you want her to do? What should she do? Exactly. Brandon, I bought all her pay-per-views. I don't remember who she fought, though. Sir Fig Newton of YouTube. Cynical says, Fig is cosplaying a Shields fan. I guess the audience doesn't believe you really a fan of her. You know? They don't really believe you a fan of her like that.
To complete the shit show, there are 280 active minimum weights in boxing right now for the men, and 190 something for lightweight at women, which is the deepest division in women's boxing.
Yeah. Shout out to Zerg. He dropped. I didn't do nothing. He dropped off. I didn't do nothing. Zerg said, "Yo, Fig, tell your coach in the background he failing you. Your logic is all over the place. Do your own research." He came back. Do your own research. You get in school, fam. Thank you very much for the super chat. So it's very simple. Now, one, my point has always been you co-opted Muhammad Ali's name because everybody knows him as the greatest of all times. My thing is, if you could co-opt it and remix it, then don't get mad when somebody does that to you. But the problem is, nobody's doing that to you because Katie don't go by the GOAT. Katie don't even have a nickname. Her nickname is KT. A K and a T. That's her nickname. Amanda's nickname is the Real Deal Serrano. The Real Deal. Alicia's nickname is the Bomb. So when you get on stage and you say, oh, these girls is using my name, right? You want to be the GOAT. That's a narrative. Because Katie doesn't use your name. What are you talking about? Amanda doesn't use your name. What are you talking about? And Alicia doesn't use your name. You're pretending that they use your name, so you have a reason to call them out. Because none of them use your name. What are you talking about? None of them. In fact, when Katie Taylor was asked, who's number one? This was 4 years ago. She said, I don't know. Let the people decide. That's her stance on everything. I don't know. Let the people decide who they think is number one.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, my bad. I was having connection issues. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm feeling like the miscommunication here is coming from because the greatest of all time is like a title. Like, you talk about the greatest of all time in basketball, you would say like Michael Jordan, LeBron, whatever. And then you got that as a nickname, right? Ali called himself the greatest. You're saying, oh, he's saying he's the greatest of all time. Like Floyd calls himself TBE. So we're separating, like, we got to separate the nickname from the like statement that's being made.
Okay.
If someone
so
says,
Fig,
I think,
Fig,
if someone
Fig,
says, hold
Fig,
on,
check it out. Fig,
check
Fig,
it out,
check
check
it
it out.
out. Go ahead.
So if someone says, I think Amanda Serrano is the greatest woman of all time. Yes, that's their opinion. But Clarissa Shields arguing about, hey, I'm the GOAT, that's my nickname. She's arguing about the nickname.
Okay. Well, her nickname isn't the GOAT. I was gonna
That's
say
the nickname she gave herself. Yes, it is.
Nah,
she's the
it
only
isn't.
person
It
that
isn't.
calls herself that.
It's actually well, one, she actually is the only person that calls herself that, which is why her complaining about other people using it is fucking stupid because they don't use it. You calling out people for using your
I
name
call her
that are
the
not,
GOAT too.
bro. You're not understanding. You're not understanding. You called out Alicia Baumgartner, Katie Taylor, and Amanda Serrano because of your nickname. Well, they don't fucking use your nickname. So what are you calling them out for? That's literally what she said on stage and said. Katie has never called herself the GOAT. That's never fucking happened. I know
I think it's
Alicia.
all started because of Jake Paul. Somebody called Serrano the GOAT, right?
I already said this. If somebody else, in their opinion, views Amanda as the greatest woman of all times, what are you gonna do? You gonna force them to agree with you? Are they not entitled to their opinion?
They're entitled to their opinion.
Entitled to their
But
opinion.
I think she was arguing about the nickname being used, and then said some other shit and selling the fight. Because those are like the only people you can compare her to.
Those are still people that are naturally smaller than you are. You're fighting at light heavyweight tonight, and you're calling out girls who weigh in 126 pounds for a fight, 130 pounds for a fight.
Wasn't Baumgartner calling her out?
Actually, I'll say this. Clarissa Shields released a tweet where she said she would be willing to come down to 147 to fight the girls that were there. That's what Clarissa said. Then Alicia said, oh, I'll meet you there. I'll fight you there. And they argued for a while. And then Clarissa backtracked and said, no, we have to fight at 154 now. That's what happened.
Because she popped dirty for like steroids, and she said like I wouldn't come down for steroids.
That was before that, but that's what she's saying now. But that was before that. Before she got popped, that is. Before it came out that she got popped for the steroids. Or whatever it was. That's what she said, though. That's what she said. And that's what happened. Now, I'll say, you're too fucking big to be calling out girls that weigh 126 pounds. Even if they are willing to fight you, and you did fight them, I wouldn't give you any credit for beating a woman that much smaller than you. That's fucking dumb. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that?
Because she's a woman and she lost the weight. Like
so? Why don't you fight Danielle Perkins? She's a real heavyweight in the real heavyweight sense of the word. She fought tonight. I know you don't know who Danielle Perkins is. Not only is she a heavyweight, she literally looks like a heavyweight. She is a heavyweight. Because another thing about Clarissa that most of her fans don't seem to realize is, unlike other fighters who move up in weight and take on naturally bigger fighters, for the majority of her career, she's been moving down in weight to fight smaller ones. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as Amanda going from 126 to 140 for Katie Taylor. No, that's not the same thing, dog. How the fuck is that the same thing? So, the GOAT claim, like I said, I know more about her career than you do because I've been watching it from the very beginning out of the amateurs. And I know your quality of competition is not that great. It's okay. I have her number 3 pound for pound because, yeah, you were undisputed 3 times. I give you credit for that. But where you campaign, there's barely anybody to fight. That's the reality of where you campaign. Even if it's not your fault, It's still reality. There's nobody there. At lightweight,
So
it's at
do
super
you
lightweight.
use that same type of like? Do you have this same type of critique of male fighters who weigh less? Like I'm pretty sure there's more welterweights, probably like what 2,000 of them pro welterweights in the men division, and I'm pretty sure if you go down in weight.
Wait a minute. Are you now comparing men's boxing to women's boxing after you
I'm
told
just
me not to do that?
I'm just talking about numbers and competition in weight classes.
Okay, so let's talk about numbers and competition. There is no
And
scarcity
weight
of light.
classes.
I'm trying to. There's no scarcity of light heavyweights in men's boxing. There is no scarcity of heavyweights in men's boxing. So you can't compare the women's division to the men's when the men's is densely populated.
Okay.
There are plenty of male. You're not understanding that there are hundreds. There are hundreds of male
But there are
heavyweights.
thousands in the
There
welterweight.
are hundreds. There are hundreds of light heavyweights. There are not hundreds of
How about like
women light heavyweights.
minimum weights? Are there thousands of minimum weights?
There are hundreds. We literally just went through the number. There are hundreds of them.
Are there more welterweights than the lighter weight classes? Do you think there are more men competing above 147 and up?
What I think you're doing is grasping at straws to try to make that division seem, the women's division seem, like more than what it is, because you don't want to understand that when there are only 21 girls worldwide, yeah, that's not a deep talent pool.
No, I'm just trying to see, do you use that same criteria for like weight classes? People depend on it in general.
Listen. Of course I don't, because I just told you. Is there a scarcity of men at light heavyweight? No, there's a bunch of light heavyweights. There's a whole fuck ton of light heavyweights. Is there a scarcity of male heavyweights? No, there's a bunch of heavyweights.
So at what number?
All around the world.
What number? Because there's like.
So let me just skip the foreplay. Are you saying that winning a title at light heavyweight is the same at winning one at lightweight? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that what
I'm saying? Like, if you're the best in your, I'm saying if you're the best in your division, you don't gotta like just do all that, because like
you don't all of it's different. You don't gotta do all what? All what? What are you talking about?
Like the shit you're doing. The shit you're doing with
How many? Let me ask you a question. How many champions are there? How many titles are available at heavyweight? How many? Do you know? Because my problem with a lot of Shields
Porter's
fans,
recognized, and then
my problem with a lot of Shields fans like yourself is you don't seem to know anything about what you're talking about.
I'm just going off what you're talking about, man.
No, like I mean, like you can ask the panel, or you can ask the chat. Does this guy know what he's talking about?
That's what I'm saying. This is your panel, your channel, your chat. Motherfuckers come up here and agree with you and talk to you.
Okay. So, is there somewhere I can go where people agree with you that doesn't even watch Clarissa? Because I know you don't watch her. I know you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then you could tell me what title did she win at middleweight, and from who?
Middleweight. That was her second division. Savannah Marshall, that shit was at 54.
Let me help you. Can I help you? Let me help you. Savannah Marshall was not at 154. That was at middleweight. But that wasn't who I was talking about. I was talking about Christina Hammer. Can you tell me the title that she won from Christina Hammer? What title did Christina Hammer? Because
what's the point of it?
Okay, I'll tell you what the point is. You have the audacity and the arrogance to argue about things you know nothing about for no reason other.
Okay, but what does her winning a belt from Christina Hammer have to do with what I said?
What it has to do with what you said is you don't like accepting that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and everybody
I can say if I didn't know it, I didn't know it. Like, hey, if I
do you know anything? Okay, do you know anything about Clarissa?
Yeah.
What?
She's from Detroit. She won 2 gold medals. She was 3-time undisputed in 2 weight classes.
So the Wikipedia. Oh, can you tell me who she
what
won?
I knew?
Okay,
all you're trying to do is just you're trying to because I haven't been watching female boxing.
No. It's not that I'm trying. I'm literally doing it. I'm proving with you that the people that argue about Clarissa don't know anything about it, about her. I'm not trying to do it. I'm doing it. I'm proving it. Every question I ask you, you literally don't have an answer. You literally don't have an answer. Can you tell me who? Can you tell me who did she win her first title from?
What is that? What's that like?
Because you're arguing about. Because you're arguing.
I'm making.
What it proves to the point that I'm making is, gentlemen, haven't I been saying that the people that argue on Clarissa's behalf literally don't watch her and don't know anything about her? How many times have you heard me say that?
Too many.
I've been saying. They don't watch her. They're arguing about something else. They won't admit it because they're prideful, but they're arguing about something else because you don't watch Clarissa and you just prove that to everybody on the panel.
He just dropped off.
I know. You prove to the whole panel you don't watch this woman, bro. You don't know anything about her. There's nothing you can tell me about her, but there's everything I can tell you about her. So how are you going to tell me that, oh, it's a narrative? No, I watch her. You don't.
I do watch her.
Okay, so tell me.
Watching her tonight.
Okay, well, yeah, tonight for the first time, probably.
No. You just have like this image of, because you're saying the same shit I've always watched your say. Like, you got this.
Yeah, but you're not. Yeah, but you're not disproving.
Confirmation bias.
Bro.
No.
Listen. You use a lot of buzzwords because you don't have any substance to the argument you're making. These are not confirmation bias. I'm spitting facts. Literally, facts after facts.
All you doing is like muting me every time I'm about to say something, bro. Like,
because
and then just talking over me.
Because you keep trying to cut over me. Do you know why? Because you don't have any home training, I see. Whose live is this? Mine. Whose channel is this? Mine. So if all these things are mine, why are you trying to talk over me? I mean, that's
I'm not trying to talk. Hey, bro, I ain't trying to talk over you. I'm trying to talk, and you just refusing to like actually like hear what the fuck I'm saying or to like any of the shits.
Go ahead. What is it that you're gonna tell me that I don't even know? Go ahead.
I'm arguing the points that you're making about like, oh well, she's fighting these divisions and there's not a lot of competition here. There's only a certain amount of girls here. And then I asked you, do you have that same criteria with men boxers who fight in more densely populated divisions versus the men?
But I answered your question. I've answered it 3 times.
And I'm trying to understand your logic here. I'm trying to dig deeper into that.
Do you see? And I'm trying to finish the sentence, but he's trying to overpower me, so I have to hit the mute button. Because I'm like, I told you, you cannot compare light heavyweight at women and light heavyweight in men's because there's no scarcity of male light heavyweights. There are hundreds of them.
What scarcity in heavyweight?
I don't know, less than 100? Less than 50? I would call that a scarcity. If around the world there were less than 50 registered fighters in a given weight, yeah, that's a scarcity. Do you know why it's a scarcity? You know what makes it a scarcity? Clarissa couldn't be more active if she wanted to because there are not enough girls to fight.
She can fight the same people?
Probably. I mean, she might end up fighting some of the same people, yeah. Probably. That's what happened to Franchon Cruz. Do you know who Franchon Cruz is?
Yeah.
She ended up fighting Maricela Cornejo 2 times at super middleweight because there was nobody really else around to fight at that time. She ended up fighting her twice. That literally does happen, yeah. Sometimes a girl will end up fighting the same girl more than once because there's nobody around to fight, even when the fight doesn't make sense. That characterizes the scarcity.
That happened early on in boxing also. That happened with like Joe Louis. It happened with like
I don't know
a lot of people
Joe.
They fight the same.
I don't know about Joe. By the time Joe came into it, things were established. Like boxing was huge when Joe was around. It was huge. I would argue that it was
I'm just
bigger
talking
then than
about
it
him
is.
fighting the same people over
No,
and over
and,
the
and
top
no, no,
people.
no. The reason that Joe fought the same people over and over again was because of Joe's Bum of the Month Club. He liked to keep active, so sometimes he would end up fighting the same person. But there was not a scarcity of male heavyweights when Joe Louis was fighting. You can't
My fault.
compare them. You can't compare the men's heavyweight division to the women's heavyweight division when there's barely any women in the heavyweight division. Why?
That's what I'm saying. Compared to men,
Most women don't get that big.
you don't have to say like, oh, let's compare. You can't compare the women's lightweight division to the men's lightweight division.
You can.
There's more men boxing than women. Women don't get punched in the face. They don't want to get punched in the face.
No. You can compare them because there are plenty of female lightweights. There's no scarcity. It's one of the deeper divisions in women's boxing, the lightweight division.
Compared to men's lightweight division?
Well, I wasn't the one comparing them. You were. I'm telling you that you can't compare them. You're telling me that you can for this, but you can't for that. I'm telling you, I don't compare the women's heavyweight division to the men's heavyweight division because the men's heavyweight division, I'm trying to finish. The men's heavyweight division is densely populated. The women's is not. It's much harder to win a belt in the men's heavyweight division than it is in the women's because there's so many people you would have to end up fighting. In the women's, Vanessa won one in her last fight because nobody was holding it. That's how she got the belt. Nobody was holding it. And it's like that at light heavyweight. Sometimes, though not always, but sometimes it's like that at super middle. And things don't really get serious until you go lower and lower. And that's where things start to get serious.
So let's say on a comp, I really want to like get. I heard what you're saying. You said over 100. Why over 100 when there's divisions that have thousands of people in it? Like, why would you think?
What division are you talking about?
Men's divisions.
So you're comparing men to women again?
No, I'm comparing men to men.
Oh, you're comparing men to men. Okay, well, let's
men's division to men's division.
I'll compare two divisions. I'll compare two divisions to each other to show you why you shouldn't compare them.
Which men's division has the?
No. Off the top of my head, and I don't even know if this is true, but let's just say that there are more welterweights than there are lightweights. I don't even know if that's true. It might not be. But for argument's sake, let's make that argument. There are more male welterweights than there are lightweights. But so long as there's a healthy number of lightweights, over 100 or maybe more, no, it's not a scarcity. There are plenty of people there to fight, to populate the division. That's why the example you're trying to give, it doesn't make sense because you're trying to say, oh, well, it's a set number. No, it's not a set number. So long as the division has people for you to fight and fight often, it's densely populated, that's cool. What I'm telling you is the reason Clarissa fights less than Katie and less than Amanda, you know why? Because where you fight, there is nobody to fight. And you don't like that answer, but that's the truth. There's nobody to fight. You debuted as a professional the same year as Katie, but Katie fights on a more frequent basis than you do. Why? Is it because of money? No, you had a major cable network behind you. You had Showtime behind you. So it wasn't because of the money. It's because where you fight, there are not that many women.
All right, so let's say there's 100 people in the division, right? Just hear me out. There's 100 people in the division. And the top 10 people in that division are the best, and 90% of them are lesser opponents. I ain't gonna call them bums or say they got records like 13 and 169, right? So you got top 10, and then 90% are lesser comp. And let's say you got a division of 10 people. You got one person who's like,
oh, come on. This is a horrible example because now you're making a presupposition that the 21 girls at light heavyweight are better than the 100 girls. Seriously? Have you seen these
I'm not saying the 21. I'm not saying the 21 girls, but the top two will be comparable to the top 10.
Bro, do you know why I would disagree with you?
Why would you?
Because I've seen them. Because I know their records. I know that the quality of competition is better at the lower weight. And any one of the women will tell you that. The women themselves will tell you that. Those are deeper and more difficult divisions to win a title in because the fighters are more talented. They just are. It's harder to win a belt at 135 than it is at 175. Yeah, because at 175, you might catch a vacant title. But at 135, well, no, you might have to go through Rhiannon Dixon. You might have to go through Carolyn Dubois. You might have to go through Beatrice Ferreira. Some of these fighters are Olympians. Carolyn is an Olympian. Beatrice is an Olympian. She's in the fucking Olympics right now, going back for more. Those divisions are deeper. They just are. I don't make the rules. I don't decide how many girls campaign at a given weight. Those divisions are deeper. And because they're deeper, it's harder for you to win a belt because there's that many more people you might run into that will beat you. Natasha Jonas suffered a huge upset before she ever became a champion. Why? Look at where she's campaigning. There's plenty of girls that could mess you up in that division. Coincidentally, it was a Brazilian woman. Her name was Vivian Obanoff. She went on later to kill her husband and go to jail for it. It's not the point. The point is, Natasha started out at a much deeper weight than Clarissa, and she paid the price. She suffered a loss very early in her career. This is a deep division. It's more chance that you're going to run into somebody that might beat you because it's deeper. It's not as easy to win a belt. If you try to go to 118 and win a belt, you may have to fight Miyo Yoshida for the IBF. You may have to fight Dina Thorslund for the WBC and the WBO. Or you might have to fight Sharnika Johnson for the WBA. Those are not easy paths to a title if you're an unbeaten up-and-comer. There's a chance they're going to beat you. Mio beat Ebony Bridges.
Unless, let's say the up-and-comer is a 2-time gold medalist and just a crazy talent.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And this is not sarcasm. Do you think that Clarissa is the only woman that won 2 gold medals?
She was the first, right? That's her. That's her.
No, she's
her
not.
thing.
No, she's not. And she's not the only one either. This is the point I'm trying to make to you. Nicola Adams of the United Kingdom is a double gold medalist like Clarissa Shields. She was part of the same Olympic cycle, but she's at a much, much lower weight. And this characterizes the example I'm trying to give you. Nicola Adams was very talented and very successful, just as successful an amateur as Clarissa. But she went, she goes pro. She goes pro. She's going. When she went pro, she was at in a much deeper division with more game fighters than Clarissa's division. And yeah, she got hurt. She had, I believe that her eye got messed up, and that's a part of why she retired. She won. She won the fight. Some people felt she lost, though. Some people, I think it was Yarineth Altuve. Some people felt she lost. There's definitely an argument that she lost that fight. But it was in the UK, home cooked decision. That's not the point. The point that I'm making to you is, even for a double gold medalist, if you're in a deep division, winning a belt is much harder. It is. A lot of the belts Clarissa got, and a lot of people don't like the sound of this, but it's the truth. I watched it. I watched them gift wrap vacant titles that no one was holding to Clarissa so they could get some Showtime money because she debuted under Showtime. So they figure, hey, let's get Clarissa the belt. We can get some sanctioning fees that way. I watched them do this across 3 divisions in ways in ways that they don't do it for other girls.
Mm-hmm. So Clarissa Shields, in your opinion, is just at a lose-lose situation from her weight.
No,
she moved through all these weight classes.
It's not a lose. See, this is the other thing. You guys live in extremes. Whether you believe it or not, I still think she's one of the best. I rate her number 3. She's one of the best. Do I think she's one of the best? Yes. But I cannot pretend that what you're doing in these barren divisions is the same or as difficult as what these other girls are doing. It's not. It's not.
So even like, hold on.
Not. But see, this is what you're looking for is basically, oh, could she never be number 1? I never said she couldn't be number 1 one day. I never said that. All I'm telling you is based on what's going on right now, I wouldn't say you're number 1. No. There are plenty of people that fought better competition than you. Sometimes they lost, though. So, I have to reflect that, too, that sometimes they lost. But where you campaign is not the same as where they campaign. It's not. But I still have her at number 3. Nobody who watches this sport Nobody. And ESPN don't watch it. I know they don't because of how they rate them, because of what they say. What are you reading off of Wikipedia? Did you see the fight or not? You know? So I don't trust their judgment. I trust mine because I watched the
See, I
fight.
hear your point. And I understand what you're saying. I hear your point. For me, I feel the same way about, like, there's divisions of men boxing that I think are more competitive, where there's more talent and there's more killers in the division than other divisions. But I don't rate them off of, oh, well, there's more killers in this division than this division, in my opinion. So it's like, I'm gonna rate you differently. I just do it off the accomplishments the people do in their career.
Yeah, but you're once again, that's a false equivalency argument, because you're essentially saying that the situation with the men and the women, but by making that argument, it implies that the situation is the same when we all know it's not. There is no scarcity of men in the heavyweight division, but
I'm not talking about heavyweight division.
No, this is the point I'm making. There's no scarcity of men in men's heavyweight boxing. There is a scarcity of women in women's heavyweight boxing, in women's light heavyweight boxing, and even in the super middleweight division, there's a scarcity, because a lot of women is maybe it boils down to anatomy, but Savannah Marshall said it herself. In the amateurs, you're going to end up running into the same girls in those tournaments because not that many women get that big. The lower you go, the more difficult it becomes.
So Julius, can I ask you a question?
Not only the point that not many women get that big.
Now listen, I want to smoke my Newport. I want to smoke my Newport. I'm gonna give Leo the floor. Leo, the floor.
No, I was going to ask you a question about your pound for pound list. Can I do that before you go to smoke? Nah.
Of course not. He already went to smoke.
No.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm gonna say myself. One of his main criteria, I'm talking about Julius pound for pound list, that he always talk about, is to be on the Ring IQ pound for pound list. You have to be a champion. You have to coming up from a win, and one of the factors that determine the place in your his ranking is the number of champions you beat. Not former champions, nothing like that. Belt holders. That's one of the reasons why Julius rate fighters like Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano above others. Katie Taylor's being I think she has Julius has it at her number one, I think. How many champions Katie Taylor beat? I don't remember, but it's a crazy amount.
Let me check real quick, because Wikipedia isn't good for much, but it's good for boxing win-loss records. Let's see. That's 1. 2 for Amanda, even though her belts were on the line. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 that I can see, unless some of these other ones were holding belts in a different division.
Well, goddamn, that's a big amount. That's a fuck ton of champions to beat.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Boxing. Yeah.
So,
how many fights has Amanda Serrano had in her career? What's her overall record?
Her overall record, she's had something crazy. Like, she's got 47 wins, 2 losses.
And when was her first championship fight?
Her first championship fight was fight 13. But it was for a vacant belt against Kimberly Connor.
Yeah. And the other main criteria that Julius have for his pound for pound list is the number of weight classes you're being a champion. That's one of the reasons why.
For me, like, my disconnect with what he's saying is, like, and I do understand what he's saying about the deepness in the divisions, but his term is like, and I do understand what he's saying, scarcity. He said, he gave a number. He said over 100. If there's a division, and that's why I asked him, do he do that with men's division? Because there are certain men's divisions where there are way more boxers than others. Like in the lighter, like just based off anatomy, like it is with women. In the lighter divisions with women, it's less dudes. You'll find less men than in heavier divisions.
I think
it's based off how people do it.
If you want to find a clue when,
so it's like, I guess my thing, if you got a division, welterweight division, where there's thousands of pro welterweights, and then lighter ones where there's like hundreds, and then you're saying like, all right, this division has 20, but this lightweight female division has over 100, 120.
Well, closer to 200.
Like 5 times as many people, right? But there's like welterweight divisions where it's like, all right, there's like twice as many people here, 3 times as many people here. Like, do you keep the same energy on the men's side just because it's like, oh well, it's hundreds of people, so you'll be able to fight more? But it's like most of these fighters, most of these fighters are bums. I don't even want to say bums, but they're not top.
Oh, okay, so see, but there's your logic is flawed in so many ways. If you're just going to automatically relegate a section of a male division, let me finish. If you're going to relegate an entire section of male boxers, well, most of them are bums. I could easily say that about the divisions Clarissa campaigns in, and there would be more substance to it because when you look at their records, a lot of them are bums. Yeah, go look at their records. A lot of them have several losses.
To use your term, Fig, bum, the elite to bum ratio in cross divisions doesn't really change all that much.
That's what I'm saying.
The raw numbers that change. So the more you have, the more elite fighters you can run into, the longer you can have a career of fighting elite fighters, going 20 fights, 30 fights, 40 fights, even 50 fights, fighting guys who are at least good. Whereas in these smaller divisions, like super small, less than 100, no, it's going to be most of your fights are not against top quality guys. Because again, the ratio doesn't change, just the raw numbers change. That's the only way you can beef it up.
Here's a better example. When Katie went on her undisputed run at lightweight, and Clarissa went on her undisputed run at middleweight, Clarissa couldn't have fought 4 champions if she wanted to. Why? There weren't any. There weren't any. There weren't 4 champions to fight.
Why weren't there 4 champions to fight though?
Because it's a paper thin division. Middleweight
it's only 4 belts, right? And there's 20 people, so 4 people couldn't win a belt. They couldn't fight each other for a belt.
See, this is the thing. You're saying couldn't. I'm telling you a matter of fact. There weren't 4 champions. It was only Christina Hammer. Her undisputed run at middleweight. That was Clarissa's first undisputed run. It was at 160. There were not 4 champions to fight.
This is what I'm saying. Like when Jermell Charlo got his belt stripped, there were no champions at 154. And then they all fought like
if you're gonna use Jermell Charlo as an example, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he win his belts from champions? He won a WBO from Brian Castano.
That's not the point I'm making. I'm not talking about Jermell Charlo winning his belts from champions.
I'm using the
I'm
point.
talking about vacant belts.
I'm using the point that you're making to prove my point. Shortly after his titles went vacant, weren't there a bunch of guys that picked him up shortly after that? Shortly. Yes.
Yeah.
Why? because there were people there to do it. It's not it's not a division that is facing a scarcity of fighters. That if a title goes vacant at 154, it's not going to be long before somebody picks one up. It's not going to be long. What? Because there's plenty of people. But at light heavyweight, super middle, when Clarissa went on her undisputed run there, yeah, those titles were vacant, and it wasn't like they were vacant momentarily. They were vacant for a long time. Because there are not a lot of women that campaign at those weights.
This is what I'm asking. So you're saying the reason they were vacant is just because there were a lack of women there. But why couldn't there be title fights? That's the question I like. Why couldn't those 20 women fight for the belts?
A number of reasons.
Or four of those 20.
At those divisions, because there are so few women, let alone women that sell, there's already a scarcity of fighters to use. Then you have to factor in, well, which one of these fighters can actually draw? Because the sanctioning bodies care about money more than anything. They were not as ready to put those titles on the line in these fights because either the women are not available or there's no money behind them. To do a show, it costs money. Now, when Clarissa came in, because she had the backing of Showtime, they were very quick to put the belts in her hands because she had money behind her.
So it had nothing to do with competition.
How good
the fighters look.
That's literally not what I said.
You said because
I said two
there
things.
was no money.
There's not that many women. There's not that many women. That's your first problem. The women that are there, they don't draw anything. That's your second problem. And availability. Who's going to pay for the shows for these women? You really have three problems. Who's going to pay for these shows? Now, coincidentally, let's go to minimum weight. You have a fighter from Costa Rica, Yocasta Valle. Not only is it a much deeper division with more women in it, but Yocasta is actually skilled. Oh, yeah, she's skilled. And she draws. She draws very well in her country. They come out by the hundreds of thousands to see her fight.
Yep.
It's a deeper division. You just don't want to accept that, no, super middleweight is not as deep, light heavyweight is not as deep, heavyweight is not as deep as the lower weights. But the women know this, and the women themselves say this. You just don't like how it sounds because it puts Clarissa.
I don't have a problem with the division not being deep.
Because it puts things in perspective about Clarissa. It does that. Well, yeah, you're going to be dominant in a division where there are only 21 girls. I remember I check in on this stuff regularly because if you know this channel, you know I talk about it regularly. At any given moment at super middleweight, there might be anywhere in between 21 to 38 girls. That's not a lot of girls, man. It's not a lot of girls. How many, and then of those girls, how many of them are actually good? Not many. You know that Natasha Jonas said it herself. Natasha Jonas 3 weeks ago said, there's a reason a girl like me from 130 can go up to 154 and win a belt. Because a lot of the girls up there ain't that good. She's right. I know. That's why I knew she would win a belt. I knew she would win belts up there. Why? Those girls are, some of them, they're bigger, but very few of them are actually good. Very few. Isn't it? That's the nature of the beast. There's no way around that, which is why when I see, oh, Clarissa's supposed to be A, B, C, and D because of this, yeah, whoever wrote these articles or whoever's saying this, they must not watch these women or know their records or know the state of these divisions. They must not, because there's no way you're watching this and you arrive at that conclusion. There's no way. Those divisions are paper thin.
So, like, out of the 20 girls at super middle, how many do you think are, like, good?
I would say, I think Franchon is very good. Even though Jadeja Green shit the bed, I still kind of have faith in her. Well, super middleweight.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah, because she got her ass beat.
Yeah.
So about 10%. That's two out of 20, right? that you can
Nah,
name?
but no, because super middle has more than 21 girls. Light heavy has 20. Or at least that I know for a fact. I know for a fact. Light heavy has 21 and heavy has 21 because I literally just looked at it a couple of days ago. I don't know right now specifically what the exact number for super middleweight is, but if you're talking about a division where there are only 2 or 3 girls that are good, Savannah, Jadeja, and Franchon, well, it's not going to be that hard to win a belt in a division like that. There's only 3 decent girls there. The
Also,
girl that the girl that Clarissa fought in the fight before this, Maricela Cornejo, she's literally lost every step-up fight they've ever given her. And these are the girls that you find at those weights.
Also, due to the fact that the scarcity of those divisions, which is why you see Shields and Marshall venturing into MMA fights too a little bit, because there's no one to fight. Scarcity of the division, unfortunately. But it's not their fault, but it's just they're doing whatever they can.
And that's the other thing that, thank you, because it's not their fault, but at the same time, I cannot sit here and pretend that it's the same for you that it is. No, it's not, dog. Senicia Estrada had to fight a champion who was a champion for 9 fucking years in one of the deepest divisions in the sport. That's not the same as you fighting Vanessa Joanisse. Nah, how? How? So and it's going to continue to be a debate. I don't expect Clarissa to be happy about it, but that is why people have those opinions. That's literally why. Like you can't compare this, dog. There's a reason you fight less than Katie, and it's not because of A, B, C, and D. It's because you don't have as many people to fight. You don't.
And
so
also,
many of these, like Firuza Sharapova, who Katie Taylor fought 2.5 years ago. That's a highly skilled amateur and a highly skilled fighter. The kind of fighter you don't often run into at a 168. You're not going to run into a lot of fighters like that. And that's not even one of the big names that Katie fought. That was just a regular old IBF mandatory. But this is a seasoned fighter with a good amateur background. And there's lots of fighters like that.
Now the other thing too is that due to the scarcity, it didn't allow her to be a draw. So she wasn't making the money she wanted to make. She was unhappy about that. And the girls that were there, nobody really knew who they were unless they were fighting. Unless they were fighting Shields, so
that was the other problem, that when Top Rank, you notice that Top Rank can have a Muratalla, a Keyshawn Davis, a Lomachenko, a Stevenson, and a couple of other guys at a given weight. This builds up the division. Whereas when Showtime invested in Clarissa, well, they only invested in Clarissa. You have to build up her opponents too. Well, they didn't do that. You didn't build up a Raquel Miller. You didn't build up Christina Hammer. She only fought on the platform once. People didn't know that woman. You know what I mean? And this has been the case for Clarissa, Just telling you, it's not the same thing. It doesn't, there's a million ways to look at it, but it's not the same thing. It is much harder to win a belt below 140, even at 147. If you want to win a belt, you're either fighting an Olympic gold medalist in Lauren Price, another Olympian in Natasha Jonas, a Team GB alternate in Sandy Ryan. It's just like, no, you're not winning a belt up there easy. There's no way you win a belt at 147 easy, but the further up you go, all right, now you got a shot. Now you might could win a belt at 54 or 60, but not at 47. And the lower you go, the harder it gets.
So there's a lot of different factors involved as to why things are the way they are and why we say what we do.
And
shout out to Zerg.
Go ahead.
Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Zerg. Fig, that's a false equivalency because 21 global fighters is nowhere near the same as having hundreds globally ranked. You think because it's less than another men's division, it's the same, and it's not. That was from Zerg.
I don't know how, if you have thousands of fighters in the division, I don't know why it wouldn't be the same. You have thousands of fighters in the division and one that has hundreds.
Boy.
Right?
Well,
we're talking about like...
Here, let me help you out.
Because he's doing a ratio thing when you're not understanding. It's not about the ratio. It's about one division has a scarcity And the ones you're talking about, whether they have hundreds or thousands, they have no scarcity. There's plenty of fighters to fight. A lightweight in the men's no, forget the men. A lightweight in the women's divisions has no problem finding someone to fight. There's plenty of people to fight. But at, super middle and yeah, you're going to have a problem because there ain't that many people up there. The promoters themselves know that. Lou DiBella knows that. He's been in women's boxing forever. If you're talking about, I just spoke to Roberto Diaz the other day. He said it on the round table. When we signed Franchon, one thing that we didn't realize is it's going to be hard to find her fights because there are not that many girls. This was on Thursday. It's just the reality of those divisions, bro. So that's why I don't know. You holding titles up there, there are less people up there to challenge you for them, and even less that are any good.
You have enough to get frequent fights, then there's enough people in the division. And that's the long and short of it.
There, in one sentence.
But because of that reason doesn't mean we're trying to take away from Clarissa. It's just the situation as it is.
Look at Sky Nicholson. She just became a champion 2 fights ago. She's up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. You're in one of the deepest fucking divisions in the whole sport with some of the most talented women from all around the world. UK, Germany, America. They're coming out the woodworks. For you to stay a champion, it's going to be very, very fucking hard. That's not the same as, oh, well, I'm up here where there's 20-something girls, 30. It's not the same thing, dog.
You know what's funny, Julius? After all that has been said about Clarissa Shields, at what number do you have it on your pound-for-pound list?
Number 3. Number 3. But because she's not number 1 is where everybody argues. Oh, she's supposed to be number 1. I'm sorry. I can't have her at number 1 for that. I got her at number 3.
Yeah, Julius, now say it yourself. What are your main criteria for your pound-for-pound list?
The number of champions you beat, the number of belts you unify, and the number of times you defend them.
And the other, number of weight classes.
Number of weight classes, correct. The number of times you move, well, the number of divisions you've been a champion in Clarissa's case, because she didn't move up, she moved down. Now she's moving up, but she debuted at 68, then moved down to 60, then moved down to 54. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not the same as Amanda. That's not the same as Amanda going from 126 to 140. Shout out to Ernie Wiles. Mathematical relationship equals talent pool relationship.
Hey, I appreciate you chopping it up with me. No, and I hear your point. I hear what you're saying. For me, my issue was like just the nickname thing. It felt like she's getting a lot of hate over just herself calling herself the GOAT and the nickname thing. And I get what you're saying with like the greatest of all time thing. But I just want to separate like the nickname from the actual term for it. I can see what the disconnect was there.
If you ask a fighter, are they the best? Every single one of them is going to tell you, yeah, I'm the best. Clarissa's trying to gatekeep other fighters' ability to say that they're the best, and that's where the problem begins. If they ask you, you're the best. If they ask them, they the best. The problem is you getting mad over a nickname they don't even use, because they don't call themselves that. Katie don't call herself the GOAT. Lisa don't call herself the GOAT. And Amanda don't use that. Somebody used it for Amanda. That's my point. Sorry to say, it just is what it is. Now I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, because I like smoking. Fight's about to start. I thought that was Tevin Campbell. It's not Tevin Campbell. Anyway, yeah, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, thanks for chopping it up.
All right, I'll see you on the next one. I'm about to go smoke this bogey. I'll be right back. Leo, sing songs of glory, please. Of glory.
We want to hear the Chilean national anthem.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's about it.
That's an understatement. Oh boy.
It's hard, but the reality is this. In order to you to be a good boxer, you have to be able to fight people of your own size often, different people. If there are not many people of your own size to fight, you're not gonna get that good. That's one of the reasons you don't see, for example, in Japan, you don't see heavyweights. Maybe there is guy that can campaign as a heavyweight in Japan, but there is no point because in Japan there are not that many. So for you to be able to make a career as a heavyweight in Japan, that's not going to work. So do you either move up to a other place or you move down in weight? Try to
Right.
weight that there's something to fight in your local area.
Right.
And this is a problem of design because in reality, boxing was made for men. Weight classes were made for men. I'm sure there are many women that cannot campaign actually in any weight because they are too small, even for minimum weight. There are. But
right.
And there are women, that's in the case of light heavyweight and heavyweight, they are big, but they look around and there's no one to fight. So what's the point to be fighting at light heavyweight and heavyweight?
Right, exactly.
You either choose another sport or that's it really. Because you're not going to be able to fight as a light heavyweight. Who is going to fight you? You're gonna travel another continent every time you want to fight? In the amateurs? No. You can't do it.
Right. Well, I think this whole discussion ended up starting because I guess he, in the beginning, dude felt, oh, you're just hating. There's a big difference between hating and talking facts, even if it's critical. Hating is just talking shit just to be talking shit. Oh, I don't like that fighter, and then saying this and that about him because you want, you don't like him. That's hating, But if you're talking factual information about a fighter, even if it's on the critical side, you're not hating. You're talking, you're talking about reality. But I think a lot of times people who have their favorite fighters, and I'm not singling out like Fig, but just this is more of a general statement. Because you see it with a lot of people with like their favorite fighters, the minute they hear something that they don't like about what somebody's saying about their fighter, they get a little, they're like, oh man, you're hating and this and that, and it's like, well, if you pay attention to what we're saying, what I'm saying, you'll see that I'm actually not. But
why are we overcomplicating this? Why are we trying to give these grandiose speeches about this? Like,
no, it's not a grandiose speech. I'm just talking about this. I'm just talking about the subject.
I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm just like, this is just simple. It's like Clarissa, somebody else called Amanda the goat or whatever. Clarissa then started talking shit about not the person who called Amanda the goat, but Amanda herself. That's the issue here. It's like she was talking shit about someone who didn't say nothing. Everything else is just like fucking noise to me. Like, goddamn. This is about her being overly sensitive about shit.
Yeah, and listen, if someone right now could talk about us being hateful about Clarissa, no, because we only talk about facts, about what it concerns to Clarissa Shields. But trust me, if you were to hate on Clarissa Shields, there is another argument to make that he is unlikable.
Well, we also give our opinions too sometimes, but overall we usually talk about facts,
Yeah.
So that's why
We haven't talked nothing about the shit she said, that shit has done, how she conducts herself. No, we are talking about his boxing, his accomplishment, and the state of the division she campaigns.
And all the vacant belts she's won.
I mean, not to say that she doesn't give you every reason to hate on her, because she does, but at times, but I try to refrain from that because I don't like just being, I'd rather be speaking factual as opposed to just being, a hater.
Look, most fighters have their thing you can complain about. Look, I like Loma, I like Lomachenko, but it's moving funny. I think it's time for him to retire, even with all he's done. And if a motherfucker tells me, okay, Loma's doing this, doing that, I'm not gonna argue with you. Maybe I'm gonna shit in your favorite fighter. Maybe I'm gonna do that, but I'm not gonna defend fucking Lomachenko. In the same way, Shakur Stevenson fan will react to something being said about him, but it is what it is.
I mean, I think we can all agree the only fighter above reproach is Inoue.
I mean, yeah,
I can't hate on the man because he's never done nothing to really,
You can say that he had a mandatory and he's choosing to fight another guy. Maybe he's going to drop a belt. Maybe you can say that.
Well, no, you can't even say that because it's like, why does he fight DJ Doheny? Because the guy he was going to fight, his mandatory Sam Goodman, pussed out. And he has sponsors he has to answer to and main event on the show. So he can't fight MJ on someone else's undercard. Come in December, bitch.
Yeah, but look, I understand if you're an undisputed champion, there's going to be 4 mandatories in the line. Every time you fight, someone is going to be calling your name. But there is a rotation. So if someone is next in the rotation, I expect for him to fight that guy, not the other guy.
That blonde girl fine in the motherfucker. Look at them legs.
It's the same with the Canelo shit. It's like, you really are gonna drop a belt to fucking fight Berlanga? It's another mandatory, but it's not next in line.
You have to wonder. You have to wonder what the hell Canelo's gonna do after this fight, dog. You really do, though. Like, what the hell is? Maybe he should just retire, bro. Because there's just, for somebody as accomplished, that there's 2 ways to look at it. When you that accomplished, people are only gonna want big fights, and there are not that many left when you think about it. Unless, I don't know, you plan on going to light heavyweight, and I don't even think he should do that. Like, nah, you go up there. You too small to be up there, bro. You hit your ceiling at super middleweight,
Yeah, at some point, I think I understand. I might understand what Canelo is doing, but I still think this petty. Because since he won that undisputed crown, you're always gonna try to face this guy. For example, Dimitri Bivol. When Dimitri Bivol was talking about the rematch, or his people was talking about the rematch, they were talking about the money. And Canelo doesn't. I don't think he really likes when some motherfucker talks about money, because he is the money.
Yeah.
So, who is the other motherfuckers that been talking about money lately? That is David. Yeah, a motherfucker that doesn't earn any money, not compared to Canelo, is talking about money.
He's a fucking undercard fighter at this point, bro.
He is an undercard fighter.
He's a fucking undercard fighter at this point. And he's telling Canelo, and like, I know that everybody doesn't think about it this way, but I do, because I get it. Bro, that dude done been in big fights for years, bro. That dude paid his dues. A lot of people don't want to respect that, but it's the truth. I've been in there with Mayweather. I've been in there with Cotto. I've been in there with Golovkin. I became undisputed. I've been a champion at 4 weights. I've been involved in pay-per-views that sold over 1 million buys or 1 million buys, more than once, more than twice, more than thrice. For Joe Blow that y'all prop up to come here wag his, like, no, I'm not putting up with that. No. I get that. I'm like, yeah. I understand that he would be like, yo, another dude job built up. He supposed to be the one I'm scared of now. I'm scared of him now, I guess. It's crazy.
Yeah, and every time a Canelo Alvarez fight has fall, it has to do something about a guy in the other guy's team and try to negotiate, quote unquote, negotiate a bigger payday. Well, I'm talking about Derevyachenko. I'm talking about David Benavides. I'm talking about people, the rematch. It's so the same thing. I think Canelo understands he is the money, and the money that his opponent makes comes from him.
It absolutely does.
He doesn't want to deal with nothing of that.
Go ahead, Luisito. Luisito. Luis, ¿qué lo que es, manín? Yeah, bro, floor is yours.
Luis se fue.
Oh shit, he dropped off.
I think he's having internet problems.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's so many ways to look at it. It's just that people are tired of, at the same time, I get that people are tired of some of those talking points being brought up. And that's why it's like, well, Canelo, at the same time, you fight on box office fights exclusively, You don't do regular fights. You on pay-per-view all the time. So there's always going to be a question of, well, is this worth my money? And when I think about the Berlanga fight, no matter what I think, no, this is not worth my money, though. Like, it's not. Edgar Berlanga? Come on, bro. That's Yuri Foreman, basically. Edgar is to you what Yuri Foreman was to Cotto. That's that kind of fight, bro.
You don't fight often enough to take a Berlanga fight and get away with it.
For real.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Even if we understand that reasoning, dude, I'm not part of your family. I'm not your counting guy. I'm not related in any form of you more than watch your fights. So even if you're worried about the money, I'm not worried about your fucking money. So you better find something really interesting to do or retire, because I think you earned it. You made your legacy. You're one of the best. Maybe you can consider yourself one of the best of your era. Maybe you're one of the best ever. Maybe. But I don't think you have nothing to prove. And you make your money. That's one of the things that boxers go to do. Make a fuck ton of money, and you have a fuck ton of money. Yeah. You don't need to do this anymore.
Just gotta find out who that blonde is, man. God damn.
I know, man. Talk about my future wife. Shit.
Now,
crazy.
In important but non-boxing related news, have you seen the new preview? Have you seen the new Avengers shit? They're gonna make 2 more Avengers movies, and Doctor Doom is gonna be played by
Robert Downey Jr.
How?
Because the Russo brothers came back, they dropped money.
Some multiverse shit that's gonna pull off to fucking revive.
What the fuck? I mean, hey, you know what? If the Russo brothers are behind it, then so am I, bro. Fuck it.
It's gonna be always the same thing. Nobody's gonna stay dead.
Yeah.
It's comic books, so I hope they stay dead.
But I guess he's not going to be, Mr. Latvia, right? Because, Dr. Doom is not Tony Stark in the comics, but,
Oh, okay.
I just hope Vanessa can make this interesting, man, because
wait,
I'm old.
What? Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back, but...
as Dr. Doom, bro.
What? Why?
Name recognition. It sells the movies.
Come on, pull up all the fucking Australian guy from the. That's what they do. Is he has been working, really.
I mean, no, it is the fucking the Spider-Man kid, Chris Hemsworth. It's fucking working, bro. Just find some Aussie.
Yeah, all the motherfuckers from Game of Thrones, all the motherfuckers they taken from.
They're all Aussies.
Actors. Yeah.
If you need an old guy, get Sean Bean or something.
I'll tell you, she better win this fucking fight. She's probably gonna win the fight in all likelihood, though. She's gonna win the fight.
She dragged her down to 175. She better. At least when Sugar Ray Leonard pulled this shit, it was for like a belt in a different weight class. Like, who did he take from light heavyweight to?
Well, no. I mean, in fairness, this is the Donnie Lalonde fight, bro. It because that's what he did with Donnie. They fought for a super middleweight and a light heavyweight title at the same time.
Read the super chat, Joe.
Shout out to Tyree. Clarissa surpasses Roy. Oh God, Todd, you gotta cut that shit. Cut.
You bitch. You fucking I'm mad I didn't think of that. That's what really pisses me off.
That's fucking
They got the short referee again? Shit. Busy night for him.
In other times,
Do you think they can afford to pay more?
For saying some shit like that.
I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, to be honest with you guys. Now that I'm looking. Yeah. It's like Bruno Mars and cross between Bruno Mars and Amanda Seales.
It's a guy.
It's a guy?
Yeah. Sure a rather feminine looking guy. But it's a guy.
Clarissa Shields doing gun shit for she has more than 2 knockouts in her career.
I don't know, though.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. I think I never. I don't remember nobody talking about this shit. But did anyone here watch Game of Thrones?
I didn't. I've never seen an episode.
Me either.
Well, fuck.
I'm one of the few people on the planet that didn't.
I was watching the spin of the House of the Dragon.
God dang, Clarissa looks way bigger than her.
And she's supposed to be the one moving up. I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you David and Goliath.
Damn.
That's the whole thing about moving up, is being in that David and Goliath situation where you have to overcome the fighter's size, and that's just not the situation with this fight. Vanessa looks smaller than her.
Big time.
Well, maybe Vanessa can overcome this David and Goliath situation and successfully defend her championship.
She's going to have to double up on that jab if she's going to get anywhere near Clarissa.
Abner says the ref is Fernando Allende's son.
Shit.
I don't know who that is, but that's who the ref is.
My thoughts exactly.
Fernando Allende or Salvador Allende?
Fernando Allende or Allende's.
For a moment, I thought they were talking about one of the presidents of Chile.
See, this is what that's why Clarissa doesn't get knockouts. That flurry there. It's not nitpicking, but when the opponent knows that there's going to be a lot coming back at them, they brace themselves for it. That they're ready for it. So even if the activity wins you the rounds, you'll win it on activity, but you won't get the knockout. And I know that she wants to knock girls out, but if it's not happening, that's why. I want to see that ring girl again, man. Fun ass ring girl, right, Country?
Oh hell yeah!
Fuck me.
No. Fuck me.
Oh, perverts. She's fucking me.
Get the fuck out of here, you. Okay, Fernando Allende was born in Mexico City. I guess he was like an award-winning actor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And let's see. He was in like TV shows, Miami Vice, Flamingo Road, The Hitchhiker. Shared the screen with Cesar Romero, Joanne Woodward, Tony Curtis.
Oh shit!
What happened?
Down goes LePage.
Oh, she got too motherfucking cocky.
Who went down?
LePage.
Oh.
Oh shit! Is she hurt? She on spaghetti?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh damn! Yeah, she got jacked up quick.
Oh.
She walked in. You know what? She walked in, left herself open, and walked into it.
Okay. Okay, Clarissa. Okay. That's good shit. Good shit.
Down she goes again.
Okay. They solve it.
She's done.
Nice. Very nice.
That's good. 2 rounds.
You know what? I ain't mad. You outclassed her. Get her the fuck out. That's all I ask.
Yeah, let's go home
you
early.
Outclass someone. Get them the fuck out of there.
Heavyweight champion.
God.
No fucking. What the fuck are you doing, Jason?
New heavyweight champion. Yeah. For
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. It was good though.
Shields handled her business. I mean, you know.
She caught her. Yeah, she caught her while she was open. LePage tried to stand in front of her too much, opening up, got caught with some shots. That's the story of the fight. Didn't last long.
But I mean, the only thing was Shields dwarfed her ass, though, man.
She didn't. Yeah, I mean, like it didn't. It looked like Shields was the heavyweight, you know.
Yeah. And what's her name? Looked like she was a small cruiserweight or something, you know.
People in the chat are saying this shit was fake. Like, what? Well, I mean, guess Clarissa getting
she caught her with a good. No, she caught her with a good right hand. She chinned her. Another.
Oh
good,
yeah.
You can see it. She chinned her.
Big
caught her
time.
with a good right hand. Two times. The first 2 knockdowns was off a well placed right hand.
Yep. Oh, it was a legit. It was a legit knockout. But I mean,
I'm gonna go to Salida Promotions' IG. See if I can.
That girl left herself open way too much.
Yeah, man. But good. Come on, Salida. I know you're gonna put the ring girl.
Well, congratulations, Clarissa, for getting her 3rd knockout.
Yeah, good for her. She earned it.
Yeah, she got it, man.
She did.
See if I can find these ring girls.
Vanessa was playing stupid games.
You know what?
Stupid price.
Yeah, I'll put that in the intro. Damn, these ring girls. Detroit doing it like that? Damn, Detroit. Damn. See that shit? Damn.
You're talking about the blonde, right?
I'm talking about the blonde. But, I mean, the other one's not bad, too, though. The other one.
Ever.
The blonde is the blonde, though. The blonde.
Déjame ver.
Oh. Good hustle.
Yep.
Good hustle. Let's get the camera on the blonde again.
Oh wait, I just saw a stupid ass narrative, and you know this is what's gonna happen, right? She came out. Clarissa came out with her snack gear. You know they're gonna be some dumb motherfuckers, some Ryan Garcia heads. You'll be like, "See, Clarissa doesn't get knockouts. So she's a snack fighter now."
Yeah, but I feel like that obsession with Ryan is dissipating. You know, all the people that were going with whatever dumb shit he said. I think that people are tired of playing with him.
Thank
you know. No, because it's not as you don't hear about it that much anymore. Like, you know.
Do you think that those people have the attention span to be preoccupied with Ryan that much for that amount? He has been weeks since that shit.
You're right, Leo. What the fuck am I saying?
They have the attention span of the common housefly, bro. They do.
You leave common
Remember,
houseflies out of this.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, really though, like, remember, Ryan's fans are kids, bro, and these kids are warped.
No, I mean, College Football 25 came out. They ain't got time for Ryan Garcia shit.
Yeah, you got time for that shit.
Have other things to do.
Yeah, man. Just want to see that ring girl one more time. Fucking move, Salita. Gotta have an Instagram or something.
9-3 says, and the crowd goes mild. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, my. Yo, I didn't say
that was a
shit.
good one, man. 9-3, that was good, man.
Oh, shit. Yo, she got ass, too. That's
Ooh, the crowd goes mild. That's funny as fuck.
No, but seriously, you can't hate on what she did tonight. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. I mean, she got her out. She outclassed her. Like, you can't complain. She got the knockout. It was good. It was good. It was good. You can't complain.
Yeah, no, she performed and it was quick. You know, she made it.
Yeah, she killed it quick.
Yeah.
Can't complain. That's what you want, you know? That's what you want.
If there's a noticeable skill difference, get them the fuck out of there. Why bother?
I really need to find out this blonde's Instagram. Jesus Christ.
God damn, Julius.
I'm just fucking hot.
It's
ridiculous how hot this broad is. But it was good. That was good. 2 rounds, right? That was 2 rounds?
Yep.
2 rounds. Multiple knockdowns.
That was good. That was good. About 3 knockdowns in the second round.
I was going to tell you this, Julius. You were asking about, someone were asking about if Canelo should retire after this fight. I think if Canelo doesn't knock Edgar Berlanga out, he should retire.
Shit, I think he should retire if he does. The fuck? I mean, like, bro, it's just you're running out of high-profile fights, and if you're in a place in your career where you don't want to go to light heavy, well, it's, you know, the walls are closing in. That's the best way to describe it. The walls are closing in. You have to make a decision, and it has to be a big one.
No, because the thing is this, I think Canelo's gonna get massive backlash because of this fight after the fight.
Yeah.
Because, look, I see Edgar Berlanga, I see him, and I know what I'm seeing. I'm not talking about his boxing. I think you're talking all that shit, and you're not gonna deliver. You're not gonna try to fight on that fight.
He's gonna
Canelo
run.
is gonna run, and when he does, when the 12 rounds are over, people are gonna ask, okay, why are you in the ring with this kind of guy? Because this is gonna be another Jermel Charlo fight. And they're gonna start asking, okay, you have to find someone that can fight, someone that's not gonna run from
Leo, what do your instincts tell you? Because if that thing goes the distance, bro, that's the worst case scenario.
I think it's gonna go the distance.
You don't think he's gonna knock him out?
Not necessarily because Canelo. Maybe you can put the blame on Canelo, but Berlanga is gonna go there after 3-4 rounds. Is gonna figure out, dude, I'm not belong in the ring with this guy. This guy, if you stand too much in front of him, he's gonna knock me the fuck out, and he's not gonna engage. And it's gonna go the 12 rounds, and Canelo doesn't care. Look, talk all that you want about the Canelo versus Munguia fight, but that fight was like, dude, Munguia was in front of you. You didn't try, even when you hurt him. You didn't try to knock him out.
He didn't get out of first gear.
No. So I don't think you really care if you get the knockout anymore. And that's a bad thing because, dude, you're box office. Even if you're maybe the biggest name in boxing right now, you have to deliver.
No, it's worse than that because
if you're gonna charge people, go ahead.
Berlanga doesn't even have the footwork to get away from Canelo like that. So
if Berlanga's
able to keep him off for 12 rounds.
Do you guys think could he survive for 36 minutes?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have the footwork.
I think it does enough, not to win, but to survive. Yeah.
You mean he's gonna pull a Charlo?
Yeah, he's gonna pull a Charlo.
Yeah.
That's that would be a disaster, Leo. If he don't knock him out, that's a disaster. I think we'd all have to jump ship after that.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna sell my stock after that fight.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
There's nothing more to see.
Now Jules is nervous.
Fucking scared now, dog.
He doesn't have the footwork. He doesn't have the footwork to keep him off him, and he doesn't have the toughness of a John Ryder to survive. So it's
yeah,
but John, he tried. That was the thing. Even when he was losing, even when John Ryder was using the ring and was clinching, he was trying to make it rough. He was fighting. Berlanga's not gonna fight. I'm telling you.
Rider of the Storm says Clarissa Shields is this generation's Ali. It's fitting since American fans are very emotional and into transform. Oh
my God!
Pedro said, "Hope Big Cinnamon does that to Berlanga." We'll see, bro. Now I'm scared because Leo, you make a good point. Berlanga's gonna realize very quickly he's out of his depth, and I don't put it past him that he would run. The question is, can he really survive for 36 minutes? Really? Canelo can't finish him.
Yeah, I think it's not because of that. Canelo doesn't, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care if you knock him out the guy.
So bad though. Like Berlanga is that bad, where it's like you have to try to not finish him if you're in a Canelo run.
Oh,
I mean, for real, it's like, oh shit, he's wobbly, gotta back off.
You gotta carry that guy, man. Oh, bad omen.
Look,
it's a bad omen, bro.
Maybe I'm wrong. Canelo in the first 3 rounds, he catches him with a counter and he knocks him out cold.
Hey, you know what, Leo? Surprises happen. I mean, who thought that did you think that Joyce was going to lose today? I didn't. I thought he was going to win.
I didn't pick because I wasn't sure.
Who would have thought Clarissa got a knockout today?
I wouldn't have. And I would have been wrong.
Look, Joyce versus Chisora, I didn't pick because, dude, I saw Joyce in the press conference. This guy is out. I know Chisora is 40, but Joyce, that guy has brain damage for real. Even if we stop. So I don't discard it that no one with that is being tough and with punching power can fight against. Can have a win against him. I don't discard him. He has taken too many punches. Joyce, I'm not gonna sit here tell you that the motherfucker is bad. No, but he has taken too many punches, and you can see him just by watching him talk. It's crazy.
Yeah, remember when they were like using his mother, who was either going blind or was blind in the promo? Was like, oh man, last thing she saw was her son get the shit beat out of him.
God, Jesus Christ, Jesus.
I like
that Liam Smith, Josh Kelly, man. I like that.
It's a good local fight.
Shout out to Pedro, Del Boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind watching Josh Kelly get the shit beat out of him. If he does, I don't mind.
If you're talking about Josh Kelly, what's going to be the wall for him? What's going to be his demise?
I mean, ever since the Avanesian fight, he's navigated so carefully that This is a step up from the last 2 years worth of guys that he's been fighting, Liam Smith. And I don't rule out that Liam might get him. I don't rule that out. No, if Avanesian could get you, Liam could get you.
But don't you think that because for me Liam is shot, that's a problem?
Yeah, but Josh is chinny. He's not big on power either. But yeah, Liam is shot. He is.
He's shot. It's not that he's chinny. He's shot. Because that performance you have against Chris Eubank Jr., dude, I think a jab knocked you down.
Yeah.
That means you are taking too many.
I'm going to go to sleep and think about this knockout. Thanks for the company, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Okay, nos vemos.
Have a good night, fellas. Jules?
Night, everyone.